Jay Worthy, Ken Farnsworth, joining you at ringside. Chuck Roberts, our ring announcer, ready to start the show, but we've got some unwelcome company.
Apparently, we didn't get our countdown like we normally do, because HENTAI and Sebastian Dark have something that I guess they want us to know.
And look at Super HENTAI displaying that IWC flag, a sarcastic tribute to this company, whose very locker room HENTAI turned his back on when we were at this building last 2 months ago.
And Sebastian Dark wiping his ring boots on the flag as HENTAI follows.
So disrespectful, so disgraceful, their actions the past 2 months. Let's see why exactly they're out here at the start of the show.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. We're supposed to be starting with an opening round match in Super Indy IV, but we're being joined right now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sebastian Dark alongside of his newly found partner, Super HENTAI. No. This man is HENTAI. HENTAI, you retard. Chuck, we're not here for a reason. I want you to look at that card right there. What's the name of the show? No. Super Indy. Is HENTAI on that card? No. Why? The greatest Super Indy champ, we're not even on the card? Let me tell you something, Chuck. We're here to kick somebody's ass. And obviously, since we're dressed, and it looks like you're dressed, what do you think?
No, they're...
Hold on, Sebastian. Last time we were in this building, Sebastian Dark and myself pulled the biggest ruse on every last one of you morons sitting out there in the crowd tonight.
Damn disrespectful.
And damn accurate. Everyone fell for it, hook, line,
But
and sinker.
Chuck, but I gotta know, brother, where did you get that hairpiece? I'll tell you, that thing is smoking. Did you get that as a combo deal with that outfit on eBay? I gotta know. You know what? See that.
This is not what Super Indy IV is all about.
I gotta take a picture. Go here.
They're running rampant. They're ruining the show. It hasn't even started yet. Just doing whatever they damn well please out here. And you know the whole locker room's in the back fuming.
And I'm sorry, what did you just say?
One.
Doing whatever they damn well please.
Exactly.
Is absolutely right. They're sending a message to everyone associated with IWC. They're going to do what they want, how they want, when they want.
They just took a cheap shot at our ring announcer, Chuck Roberts. The attack on Norm Connors, the attack on Mick Foley, pulling a ruse, pulling at the heartstrings of the entire locker room, and that wasn't even enough. They're continuing. They're ruining this show because they're jealous that they were not on it. And that sounded even more pleasant than listening to Sebastian or HENTAI at this point, I can tell you that.
The sound man apparently enthralled with what's going on in the ring.
Well, I do admit Chuck Roberts looks great in that suit, but there's a time and a place for everything. We've got company out here. The two men that defeated Dark and HENTAI just a few weeks ago at our election show with Mick Foley as the referee. It's Mickey and Marshall, the Gambino brothers, two young lions here in IWC who are some of the most affected by their mentor HENTAI's change of attitude.
What brave, valiant soldiers, but do they know what they're going up against?
I think they do. It was just 3 weeks ago at our legend show in Franklin. Mick Foley is the assigned official. Oh my God, fire! Fire in the eyes! Dark just threw fire in Mickey Gambino's eyes, my God!
Do you think Mickey was expecting that? What did I just say?
And from
they didn't know what they were getting in for.
With the flag shots to Marshall Gambino. That's a hard steel rod that flag is attached to, and now it's 2-on-1 on Gambino. What's Sebastian Dark have?
I think he has a nice shiny set of bracelets for the brave and valiant hero.
Handcuffs. They are handcuffing Marshall Gambino. Mickey may be blinded in that ring like we thought HENTAI was last year. Fireball in the eyes.
And a sweet knuckle sandwich right to the forehead. I heard the snap from back here.
Dark and Hentai never cease to amaze me with how low they'll stoop. They keep going lower and lower to get one up on this locker room. Before it was mental scarring, now it's physical scarring and hammering away 2-on-1 to Marshall in the corner. Damn it, get some help out here. This is disgusting. Security from the back out here, tending to make it, they get clobbered too. This is wrong.
Now, if this is the security that IWC has, then I'm
Jimmy
gonna go
DeMarco,
see.
their cousins out here, but no, it's Jake Garrett. Jake Garrett is right behind him. Garrett's in the ring. He has his issues with Jimmy DeMarco as well. Garrett's jealous that DeMarco was added to the roster before Garrett returned from his back surgery, and they're fighting all the way to the outside. And Dark and Hentai have free reign in the ring again.
Saying that the mastermind has issues with Jimmy DeMarco is like saying that Angelina Jolie's kinda okay looking, maybe. That he doesn't have issues, he wants to remove him.
Well, that's a war for another time. They're brawling their way to the back, and now the bell has been sounded. Referee CJ Sensation calling for the bell. It's Dark and Hentai. Is this a match? I have no idea. Is Sensation just trying to stop the carnage? Now draping the flag.
Not so much a match as an execution, I think.
A symbolic gesture of them stomping away on IWC's legacy, on IWC's name value. All over apparently some sort of jealousy Hentai has with the rest of the locker room. There's more to this story that meets the eye. I've said it before, Farnsworth. There's much more that meets the eye.
And it looks like Chickowitz's man is about to learn a very painful lesson.
Double knees off of the top. Takes out one member of security.
And Hentai is enjoying every moment of it as he mocks Chickowitz.
Man, now choking Marshall in the corner. Apparently, this is some semblance of an official contest. I have to question Sensation's judgment call here to start this matchup. One of the members is handcuffed in the corner. The other one may be blind. Wait, here comes Dean Radford. Radford hitting the ring, hammering away. Remember the issues he has with Sebastian Dark as well. They battled to a double disqualification 2 months ago. That same night, Hentai turned his back on the locker room, and it's a devastating spinebuster running Hentai and Dark out of the ring.
And that sent the handcuff key flying into the air, which CJ Sensation grabbed and has just freed Marshall.
Marshall Gambino now, thankfully, free from the handcuffs, and we actually have an official matchup here. Mickey Gambino still with that rag over his face at ringside. Hopefully he's going to be okay. We hate to see a young career shortened already, but now Marshall has new fire. He's up taking care of Dark. Hard side slam, Dean Radford. One of the many members of the locker room that has set his sights on Hentai and Dark in recent weeks. All the entire IWC locker room was affected by the way they treated Shirley Doe, Norm Connors, and the rest of this promotion. It's Dean charging with a clothesline. Remember, even Mick Foley surfaced a moment ago. What a hard shot!
And not only was that the boss man slap, but he was holding part of the handcuff in his hand. Metal to flesh never feels good.
And Sebastian Dark has busted open the side of his forehead. Marshall clobbered him good, and Dark finally getting what he deserved. Dean with a hard slam, mounting the second turnbuckle on the inside now. Guillotine leg drop time. He hits it right to the top of Super Hentai's head.
Sebastian Dark is trying to clear some cobwebs out
Cover and a near fall.
along the side of the ring, and I don't think it's going too well.
Indeed it is. Marshall continuing the onslaught on Dark to the outside, while Dean focuses on Hentai, the man who led us astray for 5 months, made us believe he was blind. We're gonna turn our backs.
I got a question, CJ Sensation here. I mean, there's now a third man in the ring. Where is the disqualification?
What?
How is this fair to Hentai and Sebastian Dark?
How the hell was it fair to the Gambinos when one was handcuffed, one was blinded? It's 2-on-2 in this contest.
That wasn't a match. That was a statement. This is now a match with a third member. Hell, I'd even go fourth, being that CJ Sensation seems to have picked which side he wants to be on.
I have to disagree with you there. Dean Radford, Marshall Gambino taking on Hentai and Dark. Obviously, Mickey in no shape to continue after what has happened to him. In all the years I've been here, I've never seen a fireball to the eyes. Shades of the original Sheik, shades of Sabu, shades of whoever. but it was damn desperate as far as I'm concerned. And there's a vertical suplex, looks like 6 o'clock. Marshall Gambino into the cover, but Dark with the interruption. Just see how personal it's become between these two teams, between Dark, HENTAI, and the entire locker room. That Dean Radford is willing to step forward and fight this battle for Mickey Gambino when he was not officially assigned to this contest to begin with.
You know, you got to question what's going through Dean Radford's head. He just saw someone take a fireball to the face, and he walks out voluntarily. He's plenty brave, but he may not be that bright.
That's true. That shows you exactly what lengths Dean Radford will go to, what things he will risk to make a statement to HENTAI and Dark, and to show them the error of their ways. Another lateral press. Dark with a forearm right to the back of Dean's head, but Dean's still on top of HENTAI. Look at the size advantage, the power advantage that Dean Radford has with Super HENTAI. Irish whip into a hard side slam. Cover, but Sebastian Dark into interrupt again and taking a few cheap shots as well.
You know, I wouldn't discount the strength of HENTAI. He may not be as tall or as big as Radford, but he definitely has a lot of muscle mass, and he can definitely hold his own in the ring.
Now it's Marshall Gambino tagged in, taking liberties on HENTAI as well. Marshall Gambino, as well as Mickey, as well as Jimmy DeMarco, looked up to HENTAI as a mentor for well over a year, teaching them what to do right in this business, what to do wrong in this business, how to get ahead in this business, and all of a sudden he pulls a stunt like this, and now nobody can trust him.
They're teaching him the most important lesson in wrestling, Joe. The only person you can trust is yourself.
Oh, give me a break. And there's another hard takedown to Super HENTAI. Dean charging in. Sebastian Dark pulls the rope down. Dean Radford hits the ropes awkwardly, may have wrenched his back, and now head first into the steel post.
His back is the least of his worries right now. He just had his bell rung, Joe.
And Sebastian's not even in his own corner anymore. I don't know if he's woozy, if he's got something planned, but it is Marshall Gambino. All that intestinal fortitude, all that energy, the anger he's saved up, and Sebastian charges across. Collides with Marshall. Marshall did not connect with that splash to HENTAI like he intended. There's a roll, feet on the ropes. Damn it, come on, feet on the ropes.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, the team of Sebastian Dark and HENTAI.
Despite a horrible injury, despite being outnumbered, HENTAI and Sebastian Dark show why they are becoming the premier tag team here in IWC.
You want to talk about horrible injuries, talk about what stunt they pulled on Mickey Gambino. You said it earlier, that wasn't a match, that was a statement. That was uncalled for based on what they've done already, but Dark and HENTAI steal this victory and continue to raise the ire of the entire IWC as his first matchup is CM Punk against the fabulous John McChesney.
You know, as they came out to the ring, I noticed something, Joe. Neither man looked worried. CM Punk looked to be in good spirits, was smiling, was happy. John McChesney, on the other hand, looked focused. He kept his eyes on Punk, and it's almost as if he has his eyes on the prize. I can't pick who's going to win this one.
CM Punk certainly no short of confidence at any point. You see him wearing that Candido on his wrist tape. And of course, we join the entire wrestling world in paying our respects to Chris Candido, wishing the best to his friends and family in this difficult time. But now it's CM Punk, no doubt fighting in his honor against fabulous John McChesney here. But let's talk about John McChesney. You're right, he does have his eyes on the prize. We've discussed before. He's appeared on TNA Impact's television show, Explosion television show. He's been the first man in IWC to pin Chris Sabin. He's been down in NWA Wildside. He's had glimmers of hope when it comes to branching out as a Super Indy star. He's had a little bit of a taste of it, but he wants it all. He wants to be where guys like AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels are today, traveling all over the world, headlining pay-per-views every month. And with McChesney being tagged as one of the next big breakout Super Indy stars, tonight might be this night to live up to his potential.
Well, when you talk about wanting to get up to that A tier, if I may borrow a phrase, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And the man in the ring right now, CM Punk, is part of that top tier.
Oklahoma roll by McChesney, but a kick out, and Punk with the arm drag into the bar, and look at the crowd appreciation of this matchup. First round, first match. What a hell of a tournament we're going to be seeing throughout the next few hours. But CM Punk, let's talk about what he has to gain as well. He's been branching out as well. He's been increasing his visibility, recently appearing on WWE Sunday Night Heat, recently improving his physique, getting rid of those shorts, taking a more serious aspect to his wrestling. And that's a hard knife edge chop and a second one to John McChesney.
If you have any question as to how serious CM Punk is right now, take a listen to those chops.
Takes him
those
each corner.
Are serious.
McChesney trying to battle back, but stiff forearm strikes. Followed suplex takes down John McChesney. And CM Punk stays on top. Bottle press cover. Count of 2 and a kick out by referee Stephen Coulter. For CM Punk already with fabulous John McChesney. No shortage of fans for him as well. Trying to battle back with that competitive spirit. McChesney, not the biggest in this tournament, but he may have the most heart. And he gets hit with a back ring.
He just bounced off of CM Punk's knee. His back has to be killing him.
This is CM Punk's third Super Indy tournament. He was in the inaugural tournament in 2002, defeating Chris Hero in the first round before losing to, I believe, HENTAI in the semifinals. There's a lateral press again, but left that right shoulder exposed. Punk returned in Super Indy 3 this past year, defeating Sanjay Dutt, the original player for the Himalayas, in the first round, before entering the second round and succumbing to the eventual winner again, Chris Sabin. With a chin lock on John McChesney. Coulter in perfect position to check to see if McChesney ready to give it up, but I don't think he will. He's got such a role as of late, pinning Chris Sabin. We talked about it earlier.
Well, really, the Super Indy title right now is a huge deal for John to take. If I can once again quote Nate, once he gets that belt, it's more gold, more women, more planes, more cars. He steps up to that upper tier, what he's looking for out of wrestling.
And it's John McChesney.
This contest 15 remains.
First round contest with a 20-minute time limit for time purposes here. Both men have to work fast. CM Punk, a marathon man. We've seen him go upwards of 30, 40 minutes here in IWC before. Will not have that much time to methodically wear away at McChesney. He's got to go in for the kill immediately, and I think that's what he's done so far.
You're absolutely right. CM Punk has endurance like no one else in this business. And the longer this match goes, the better a chance that John McChesney has at counting ring lights.
Talked about McChesney's heart. Think about to our Legend show 3 weeks ago. Christopher Daniels standing up to John McChesney. Daniels saying he's bigger than the Super Indy tournament and he's bigger than John McChesney. And McChesney not in his league. McChesney took the fight to Daniels, wouldn't lie down, and he ended up running Daniels clear out of the building.
Well, this is an important thing for McChesney, and Daniels came out and pretty much insulted his baby, and who's going to take that laying down?
McChesney says he wants to go to the top and he wants to take IWC right along with him. Northern Light suplex with a beautiful bridge, but Punk able to kick out.
With a beautiful fist.
Indeed. McChesney now mounting the ropes. First big chance of the tournament. Heads up top, Punk has spotted him, fighting him off now.
This is not where John McChesney wants to get caught. A mistake like this could end his attempt at getting the Super Indy title a lot sooner than he wanted.
Jockeying for positioning, but Punk right back to battle McChesney. Fist for fist here, Punk getting the upper hand. Now going back up top, high risk. Hurricane Rock off the top rope. Punk pulling on all stops to try to advance to the semifinals.
Punk snapped him off that top rope. There was a lot of velocity coming off them.
Winner of this matchup faces the winner of Glenn Spectre versus Christopher Daniels, which will be our next first round contest here. So the road doesn't get any easier by any stretch as this night progresses. Both men back to a vertical base. Duck in the right hand by McChesney, and it's Punk with those stiff knife edge chops again. Off a hard clothesline. Look at McChesney, bounce right back up. You can't keep this kid down. Reversal, forearm strike.
I don't know. Looks like Punk has him down, Joe.
Punk's starting to feel it. It may be time to try to put away John McChesney. Sets him up. A series of martial arts style kicks. Fab stays, but he ducks the clothesline super kick. Takes down Punk. McChesney on top. Gets the cover. Gets 3. No. Punk extends the right shoulder. Grueling first round, first matchup contest here at Super Indy 4. But if either of these men want to win, they have to get through it 2 more times later tonight. And there's some more knife edge chops from McChesney this time. Off the whip, Punk to see who has control here. McChesney elevates Punk up, drapes him cheek first on that second turnbuckle, and charges in with a clothesline. McChesney, he's feeling it now. Went to the well once too often. Punk with a clothesline.
And that should do it. CM Punk advances to the next round.
That'll prep.
Oh.
That may be more luck than anything, though. Shoulder McChesney up there, bad position by Coulter. But I'll tell you this, that might have been luck more than anything. If it wasn't for that rope, wasn't for that poor ring positioning, McChesney might have been done. As a result of that, I guess you could call it a clothesline from Chicago.
I'm pretty sure he didn't even wake up until the second slap of the mat. Are you kidding me?
Wait, inside cradle! Inside cradle! McChesney trying to catch Punk off guard. Another roll-up. Can he drive with the legs? Hold him down. No. Count of 2 again. Up and over, one-man flapjack.
McChesney staying on him. That flapjack stunned him. He needs to capitalize right now, though.
He's going to take a chance again. It did not pay off the first time. Going for it a second time here against CM Punk.
Punk's already up to his feet.
Punk up to meet him once again. Deja vu as McChesney straddled precariously on that top turnbuckle. Punk going up, superplex this time. McChesney, he's holding on to that steel bar that connects the turnbuckle to the post. Punk could not elevate him. Face buster by McChesney from the second rope. He's up top.
And this could be the opportunity Fabulous needs.
Will it pay off? Huge splash from the top. Oh, but he hurt himself on that. Might have bruised a rib, might have torn some intercostal cartilage. He's on the top now. He's got Punk. Oh. Split second too late. Took too much time to roll over onto the cover.
Had he been able to get the cover right off the bat, he might have been able to have him. But he let him recover a bit too long.
Takes him up for a suplex. Punk with a counter. Go behind. Bab with a reversal. Punk tries to reverse that. Neckbreaker coming up. McChesney counters the backslide. Backslide. Bridges up. He gets the 3.
I am in shock. John McChesney just stole one from CM Punk. A great effort by both CM Punk and John McChesney.
John McChesney just totally caught CM Punk off guard with that backslide attempt. Bridging up, Punk had nowhere to go, and John McChesney, one step closer to his goal of being the next breakout Super Indy star. He advanced to the semifinals of Super Indy 4.
CM Punk can't even believe he got beat. It happened that quick.
And CM Punk with a very incredulous look on his face as he finally realizes what has happened. And CM Punk coming towards McChesney. No telling what you're going to see from CM Punk. Looks like McChesney's earned Punk's respect, and that does not come easy.
You're a hell of a kid. But honestly, for me right now, tonight and the rest of this weekend isn't about me or you. It's about Chris Gambino. Now, I didn't know him as well as a lot of people, but I'm glad I got to call him my friend. I wish I was half the wrestler he was. But more than that, I really wish I was even a quarter of the human being he was, because he meant so much to so many people. And he means a lot to me still, and I miss him very, very much. So don't chant my name, I want to hear a chant for Gambino. Let him hear you. For some reason, the promoters tonight think that Christopher Daniels is competing in some Super Indy tournament. But let me clear up a miscommunication. I am not wrestling in something called the Super Indy. I am the NWA TNA X Division champion of the world. I am not some ham sandwich like Shiima Xion or James Gory or John McChesney. I am an international superstar. And I'll tell you this, the last thing that I would ever do is wrestle somebody dressed up like Linda Carter. So good to with this match. I'm leaving.
Wait a sec. We talked about speculation that Daniels thinks he's too good for Super Indy IV because he's the X Division champion of TNA.
Hey, hold on a second. Hey, don't go off that. Don't go off that. Now, I know all about your great exploits, traveling around all over the world, but maybe you didn't know something. I'm an international superstar too.
Former GDT Pro Tag Champion.
I am the only Gaijin wrestler to hold the DDT Tag Team titles. You know, but I hear a lot about you all the time.
Glenn Spectre versus Christopher Daniels.
And Glenn Spectre is absolutely right. Both men have proven themselves time and time again across the city, across the state, across the nation, across the world. Both men have competed here and Japan successfully, capturing numerous amounts of titles.
Spectre charging, rear end right to the temple by Glenn Spectre on an orthodox offense that's gotten him so far here in IWC and Japan. There's a snapmare takedown. Glenn Spectre with an elbow. Glenn Spectre defeated M-Dog 20, Matt Cross, to qualify for Super Indy IV. Of course, Daniels won that tremendous three-way a few weeks ago involving AJ Styles and Chris Sabin to qualify and get the 8th and final seed. Daniels now, regardless of Glenn Spectre's appearance, you cannot underestimate his technical prowess.
Glenn Spectre, a few shows back, made mention of the fact that he kicked his ecstasy habit, and his new drug of choice is the Super Indy title. Now, Christopher Daniels may not want it, but Glenn Spectre sure as hell does.
No doubt about that. Spectre has some motivation going into this matchup. What Daniels is failing to realize, just imagine the headlines he'd make if he could be X Division champion and Super Indy champion at the same time, two of the most prestigious champions circulating around independent pro wrestling.
You know, I don't blame Daniels at all for not wanting to compete in this because simply put, if he doesn't win the title, then that devalues what he's done. He is already, as I've stated, a champion across the state, across the country, across the world. He doesn't need to risk what he has now by going after a little bit more.
Gutbuster to Lotto press for two, and Glenn's taking clothes off. I'm getting kind of creeped out. Irish whip by Spectre. Attempted that drop again, but Daniels puts on the brakes. Charging through with a knee. And Spectre is now in trouble.
Glenn bails outside, attempting to rethink his strategy.
It's Daniels now jaw-jacking with referee CJ Sensation. Daniels going to be going high risk here. Baseball slide connects right in the shoulder blade of Glenn Spectre. May have not hit that as flush as he wanted to, but some damage was definitely done. Daniels was in Super Indy 1 in 2002, made it all the way to the finals before losing to HENTAI. Came back for Super Indy 2 in 2003, made it to the semifinals. He defeated Raven in the first round before losing to Matt Stryker in the second. And of course, last year here at Super Indy, he had the 2004 match of the year with AJ Styles, a match still being talked about today as one of the greatest in IWC's history. And keep in mind, Daniels did lose that matchup, though. Continues to eat away at him. The bad blood between Daniels and Styles continues to escalate, and that will climax July 1st, Monroeville Sports Center, here in IWC. Daniels and Styles, Caged Fury for the first time ever. Daniels versus Styles in a cage.
And that may be another motivation in Chris Daniels not wanting to be part of this tournament. He has a focus right now on AJ Styles, and putting another belt around his waist that he has to defend takes him away from what he wants, which is spilling the blood of AJ.
You certainly can't miss that historic confrontation July 1st at the Monroeville Sports Center. IWCWrestling.com for all the details. But back to what's important now. Christopher Daniels wrenching in the chin lock on Glenn Spectre, very much in control of the Wonder Man. Spectre seems his psychological advantage is not working as well as they usually have, considering Daniels' lack of motivation to begin with.
But at the same time, I think Daniels is a little bit frustrated, a little bit questioning why someone who dresses as Wonder Woman hasn't gone down for the 3 count already.
Daniels hits the knee to stunt Spectre's momentum.
5 minutes has elapsed in this contest. 15 minutes remain.
Spectre made his Super Indy tournament debut last year, losing in the first round to Chris Sabin. Knife edge shot. And I remember 2 years ago at Super Indy, Glenn Spectre had to eat some dog food. So regardless of what happens, it won't be as bad as it's been for him in the past. A series of forearm shots by Spectre, but Daniels battles right back.
Just because it says wrestling on the marquee doesn't mean they can't trade a couple of good, hard shots.
Perfectly legal forearms. And Daniels trying to subdue Daniels, trying to back him into the corner, but Glenn just will not die. There's a snapmare. Daniels doing a good job of grounding Spectre. Spectre not enough time, not enough energy to actually go through any of his trademark mashes, to go through any of his signature holds either. Christopher Daniels methodically wearing away at the Wonderman. Into the lunge now, charging through with the high knee, almost into the throat area, overhead with a T-bone.
And that may have taken out what life was left.
There's the cover, there's a count of two.
And you go a little left in Glenn Spectre.
You can see the dazed look in the face of Glenn Spectre as he took that maneuver, but now Spectre battling right back with the forearm shots on the volley. Reversing the whip, but Spectre meets him with a foot. Cross-body attempt. Daniels had it scouted. Positions the knee. Glenn's abdomen buried right into it. Well, we talked about how Chris Daniels might be distracted as he cinches in the abdominal stretch. What about Glenn Spectre's distraction as of late, as he seems to be obsessing over not a championship, but Shiima Xion?
Don't think of it as a championship. Think of it as a trophy.
Hopefully that will not discount his momentum here, discount his attention span, as Daniels found a weakness with that rib cage area, now stretching away at the intercostal cartilage between the ribs. Has it placed in perfectly.
You know, I've tried to ask young Shiima Xion about the whole Glenn Spectre situation, and every time I bring it up, he laughs nervously and quickly changes the subject. So I can't really give you a good update on that.
I don't think I want a good update on that. As Spectre now trying to momentum his way out of this move. Shots to the knee of Daniels. Headlock takes the Fallen Angel down.
A deep hip toss.
It's an STO takedown by Daniels. That judo move into the cover. Has Spectre no.
Glenn Spectre wants this title, pure and simple. Then you're going to have to beat him unconscious to get past it. However, Christopher Daniels has no problem in beating him unconscious if that's what it takes.
Glenn Spectre's biggest accomplishments indeed have been over in Japan. The DDT Pro Tag Team Championships. He wants to equal that success here in the United States and show his hometown fans how great he is. Daniels springs with the Arabian moonsault. This could be it. Signature Daniels. But Spectre kicks out again.
And the longer this goes, the more chance Christopher Daniels has to hit some of this offense that has made him a world superstar. And the more that he hits, the less of a chance that Glenn Spectre gets to see that 10 pounds of gold.
Daniels seems to be going frustrated over not being able to put away Spectre. That's a testament to just how great Spectre is. Countering into a jumping enziguri kick, but Spectre himself 2 days to capitalize.
Didn't really get the full back of the head, and it almost looked like he kicked him right in the jaw with that one.
Can't forget the 20-minute time when all first-round matches are. We're halfway there now. If this goes to a draw, John McChesney would get a bye to the finals. It's Spectre back. Series of clotheslines now to the Fallen Angel. Irish whips it in. Back. Body drop takes down the Fallen Angel. Spectre having his second burst of adrenaline now. Off the ropes. It's $1 million knee lift. Charging with the clothesline. Spectre's gonna do it. He's gonna pin Daniels. They count of two, and I don't know if Daniels gets this win, or excuse me, if Spectre gets this win, even though he's so great, they've got to consider it a mild upset.
You can say that. However, if you look at both men's lineage, both men's litany of wins, they are neck and neck.
Spectre trying to get a lateral press off that gutbuster. Now Spectre focusing on the ribs of Daniels. Daniels drives him back into the corner. Takes him up. Blue Thunder Bomb. into the cover. 2. He makes it. No.
I thought that was it.
Blue Thunder Bomb, a staple of Daniels' offense for so many years, but even that was not enough to keep Glenn Spectre down.
And with Christopher Daniels pulling out the Blue Thunder Bomb, you can tell he's looking to put him away.
Series of headbutts with a charging clothesline, just trying to daze Spectre into unconsciousness. But it just might be instinct now, I don't know, but Spectre still able to kick out.
The feeling out process is long over. At this point, Christopher Daniels just wants to pick up that W.
He just wants to avenge Glenn Spectre's insults from earlier tonight. Standing Uranagi slam. Here it comes. Going for the best moonsault ever, the BME. Double spring. Here it comes. Daniels move. Excuse me, Spectre move. Good thinking by Daniels. To land on his feet. Jackknife pin. Almost got a count of 3. Inside Quaid off the slam. Spectre's got him beat. Oh, series of near falls.
And Spectre seems to be answering everything that Daniels throws at him right now.
Spectre taking out the knee. Daniels maybe regretting ever accepting this matchup. Glenn, shining asteroid. And Daniels looks more disgusted than hurt. Daniels can't believe what just happened.
A move like that leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Flatliner takedown. As Daniels definitely looking for the kill now. He's been insulted. Lateral press, no. Spectre still kicks out. Spectre, whether he wins or lose, he's proven something to me so far.
Glenn Spectre will not go gently into that big night.
Wait, he's got the X Division title in his hand. The TNAX title. Spectre ducks a second time, ducks a third time. CJ Sensation trying to enforce it. Wait, that's it. Daniels got caught with a belt, obviously. Sensation stopping the match.
Well, Chris Daniels said he didn't really care about the victory, and apparently he proved it.
The man who won Palisades in Super Indy IV as a result of this qualification,
What an amazing change of events. Daniels got frustrated, tried to take Spectre out, grabbed the title, and was immediately disqualified for it. Super Indy IV first round action continues as the notorious 187 Homicide takes on Virgin Slayer Shiima Xion. Joe Dombrowski alongside Jay Worthington Farnsworth bringing you all the excitement.
Joe, you can view this as the Virgin Slayer versus the Cop Killer.
Indeed it is, as Homicide making his return to IWC after a several-month absence. Both of these men have so much to prove, so much on the line from winning this tournament, as Homicide, definite experience advantage, power advantage, basically every advantage you can think of over Shima, except for one thing, confidence.
Two things. Because if you look just outside the ring, you'll see the prophet of profit, Chris Maverick.
No doubt about that.
He's the wild card in this little poker game.
Would not put it past him to get involved, but think about what it would mean for Shiima Xion, just 18 years of age, still a rookie in IWC, to win 3 matches, or even just pin Homicide. His name value would skyrocket overnight.
Think about what it would mean to Homicide to beat the first Filipino male model of wrestling.
Well,
each person has a definite rung to step up in this ladder that we call wrestling.
well, let's talk about Homicide making his IWC debut. That last year had a very memorable feud with AJ Styles. Did not come out on the winning end of AJ Styles. That frustrated him quite a bit. And this is Homicide's chance to finally prove that he belongs among IWC's elite.
I think he's proven that he belongs with all of his work outside of IWC, and just because he didn't get the win doesn't mean he didn't have a very impressive showing.
Look at Xion pulling off a head scissors and a drop kick, now going to fly, but Homicide cuts him off. Oh man. Oh, did you hear that fun? Sickening son of Homicide. And that may be the most vicious move Shiima Xion has taken in his entire career.
That man knocked the dye out of his hair. Good Lord.
Oh, not again. Oh my God. This may turn into a glorified mugging, an absolute assault before this matchup's done. And he's got Maverick. But Maverick not even worth his time. Xion back up to his feet, catching Homicide with a cheap shot. There's that momentary distraction by Maverick that pays off.
It only takes a moment for this pendulum to shift here, Joe.
Not another one. Oh! The floor shook when he hit the ground.
We are, what, 30 feet away from where that happened? 30, 40 feet. We're up on 2 sets of risers, and we still felt that.
And is it coming one more time? Oh, my God. This is sickening.
And that could be it.
And look at the pain etched on Shiima Xion's face. 4 slams to this hard... What is this floor made out of? Wood, by the looks of things. Taking those shots back first. No way to protect himself. But look at him still fighting. But clearly at a disadvantage now, with all that pain in his back. Xion has something to prove. He wants to hang with Homicide. Off the whip, duck to the clothesline. Drops down with a face plant. Xion went for the head scissors again and got caught. Homicide making a statement here tonight, showing he means business.
And if you want to know how serious this is, right now, Shiima Xion is bleeding out of his mouth.
God, could be some internal bleeding. And there is a sharp kick to the spine. And a knee, and you hear Maverick at ringside saying, not the face. Xion hates to have that beautiful face of his damaged for his photo shoots. Apparently bruises easily, but Homicide, I think he's not going to be very considerate as far as that goes.
Well, the prophet of profit, Chris Maverick, he needs to protect his investment. It may not help to ask for some mercy, but it won't hurt to ask for some mercy, right, Joe?
Well, I guess if you want to look at it that way, but now it's Homicide. Sets him up. Roll through into a submission. My God. Got that working on the neck, the shoulder, the arms. So much punishment to the upper body in one move.
A hard knee to the top of his head. Just cause.
And it's Homicide backing his prey up into the corner. Shiima Xion, I'll give him credit for hanging in here this long. And no disrespect to Shima. He's been a great prodigy thus far, but he just may be simply overmatched. There's a hard elbow to the back of the head. Bottle press, Shima. Look at him, not ready to lay down, kicking out at 1. I gotta give him credit there.
Shiima Xion should not be able to walk after all those slams to the hard floor. The fact that he's continuing and staying standing while
Xion able to counter into the inverted DDT. Xion coming back. Can this be enough? No, Homicide pops up at 1.
Shiima Xion still has a lot of life in him, and I'm impressed that he's standing, let alone wrestling.
Shima may not have the best attitude in the IWC, but he definitely has some great ability and some great heart as Shima meets him with a boot to the head and shoulder first into the ring post. Shima now may have a chance to mount some significant offense.
5 minutes has elapsed in this contest. The team remains.
Unique submission hold there by Shima. Now he's working on various different parts of Homicide's anatomy at once. Oh, look at Side. Just outpowers him. Muscles him into the corner. Xion with a takedown. Into a lateral press. Homicide kicks out at 2. I'll tell you what, Farnsworth, Homicide, trained by Manny Fernandez some years ago. By the time this match is done, it might resemble Manny Fernandez in Invader 3 before this is over. It might just turn gruesome.
Oh, I think it turned gruesome a while ago.
Look at the discoloration on Shima's chest and back. And it's just tough to look at, but Shima, are you kidding me? Looking for a photo op.
It's a photo op. Quiet.
Shut up. And Coulter's holding a mirror. Give me a break. He's wrestling Homicide, one of the most dangerous men in the world, and he's spraying his hair.
It was starting to go a little flat.
What is... Oh, stop
There's
it.
always time for maintenance.
It's going flat. Give me a break. That was one of the most unfit things I've ever seen. That has no place in Super Indy IV or any match.
Do you think that glorious disaster of his hair, that mixing of Nikki Sixx and Jesse Kane, just happens when he wakes up?
Well, his hair should not be the issue when he's in the ring with a notorious 187. Famous all over the world, competing for Ring of Honor for Japan, just about everywhere else. And Xion going to take a chance now. About to mount the turnbuckles. Can't take too much time. Homicide's down, but that will not last. Frog splash, but Homicide moves. No water in the pool.
No water in the pool and not much left in his stomach because I think it just shot out of his mouth.
Could be the turning point in the match. Homicide trying to regain his bearings now. Shiima Xion trying to recover as well. Homicide trying to get some feeling back in that shoulder. Xion looks like did a number on that early on. Right hand, but Homicide counters. Following through with the hard rights. Irish whip back elbow. Second one takes Xion down as this man takes even more punishment. Overhead T-bone.
Dumped him right on the back of his neck.
This will be all. No, Shima still kicks out. I'll tell you what, one recurring theme we've seen is heart and determination in these young lions.
Shima has to be a bit worried right now because some of those shots are coming awfully close to his face.
Double underhook into a cover. Great cover, but Shima kicking out as well. I have no idea how Shima is still in this matchup after all the punishment he's taken. Homicide has him backed into the corner again. More vicious chops. There's a whip. Shima somehow able to reverse it. Charging through. Look at how red Shima's chest is right now. And Maverick getting some cheap shots into the corner. And Shima distracts Stephen Coulter.
Oh, I doubt those shots are cheap. He's earning a pretty good wage off of Shima.
Well, that's uncalled for in a Super Indy match like this. Granted, it may be
for. It's exactly what's called for.
It may be the only thing Xion can do to win. Oh, Xion might have gone for that face wash, but Homicide catching the foot. And now Homicide more determined than ever. Oh my God, what a foot. And now it's time for some face wash action by Homicide. Right across that beautiful face, and neither Shima or Maverick are happy about that. There's a cover. Watch Maverick pulling out Coulter. Homicide getting very upset now.
And Shiima Xion getting a chance to recoup. This could be the break that he needed.
Homicide had this one, and now Maverick distracting him. Drop kick. Oh, Homicide collides with Maverick. They may have even hit heads on that exchange. Both of them are dazed, but Maverick up. More cheap shots. Coulter having some leniency based on the importance of this matchup. Where's Xion going? He's going up top. He's going up top. Oh my God! Homicide moved out of the way. That was the Mary Lou Retton splash, and that might have done it for Shiima Xion. Took a chance. Homicide sidesteps it, and Xion may be done for. That was the most sickening thud yet.
It was a great effort by Shiima Xion.
10 minutes remain.
And that shows you how much these men will put on the line for the Super Indy title cover. I can't believe he kicked out. I cannot believe that.
Well, Homicide made an almost rookie mistake. He didn't put the weight across the shoulders. It didn't take any effort for Shiima Xion, as hurt as he is, to get one shoulder up. And one shoulder up is all you need.
For Xion, it must just hurt like hell to move right now. And there's a hard lariat.
I've seen him take...
He is out. Good night.
I watched Sebastian take Kojima's head off with that very move.
Homicide at his most physical gave Shiima Xion a beating he will never, ever forget. This is our 4th Super Indy IV first round quarterfinal matchup as Loki takes on Jason Gory, and this should be a very interesting spectacle. Joe Dombrowski, Jay Worthington Farnsworth joining you at ringside. Winner of this contest, 20-minute time limit, will meet up with Homicide in round number 2 as Loki muscling Gory back into the corner, physically manhandling him already. Think about what both men have to gain from this tournament. Jason Gory, much like Shiima Xion, can become an internationally renowned name in just one night, not only pinning Loki, but winning this prestigious championship. And Loki, meanwhile, can reestablish his territory in the United States. He's been over in Pro Wrestling Noah for Japan. Not as common here in the United States, but if he wins this championship, fans will remember quickly just why he's so dangerous.
Dangerous, yes, but the word I think that comes to mind is brutal. He uses a style that is very, very physical and very, very dangerous.
A lot of stiff kicks in Loki's arsenal. Told me to look out for a double stomp, what Loki is going to try to initiate as a finishing maneuver here tonight to put away Jason Gory. But you can't count Jason Gory out. Much like Shiima Xion earlier, Gory, a tremendous amount of heart and courage. He is an 18-year-old rookie prodigy, and he's taken the breath away of just about all these fans. Quick cover attempts by both men, jockeying for position on the canvas here. No clear-cut advantage, but Gory wrapping the leg around the neck of Loki, getting a submission attempt.
Gory has to be cautious because this match could turn in a heartbeat if he's not careful. He's used to using his speed and being able to look for an opportunity to bust out some of that very impressive high-flying offense. But if he doesn't get that opportunity might not come facing someone like Loki.
Both men very tentative so far, feeling out process. Loki with a go-behind on Gory. Takes him down. Just riding him now on top of him as the chin lock applied to Gory. Referee is CJ Sensation to this contest. Keep in mind, 20-minute time limit. If no one can get the victory in 20 minutes, Homicide gets a bye to the finals. As it's Loki. Everything's very simple, very basic so far. Now Gory comes around to a side headlock. That's the lightning fast speed of Jason Gory, Mr. Farnsworth. He's gonna have to use it if he wants to get his bye in this match. There's a nice arm drag to Loki now by Jason Gory. Gory showing well for himself so far. Now it's Loki up the vertical base. Gory takes him right back down. Drop kick, staggers Loki back into the corner. Second drop kick. Gory's not getting all the luster he wants to, but it's staggering key.
Well, what Gory is doing there is...
Oh my God, what a chop! And charging through with a double stomp sends Gory flying back into the corner, and listen to the crowd come alive.
Gory can consider that a goddamn speed bump. That just slowed the match down.
Loki charging into him, double feet to the chest, vaulted Gory back into the corner, lateral press. But Gory able to get a shoulder up, and look at Gory already in noticeable pain. Oh my God! And look at the scowl on Loki's face. There's a hard slam.
Lancing in the center of the ring.
Cover, but Gory adamantly gets that shoulder out the canvas. Gory worked too hard for this. Gory defeated Dean Radford to qualify for Super Indy IV. He's been preparing for this for weeks. And there's another vicious, vicious chop. The brutality and physicality of Loki.
He is bleeding from those chops, Joe. Oh my. He is busted open.
Loki is stepping on Gory's midsection now. This is unbelievable offense by Loki. Unbelievably physical, and Gory still trying to battle back. But Loki takes him right back down. Oh my God. Another shot, another cover, but Jason Gory still kicking out. I cannot believe the physicality I've seen. And I've been watching Loki for 3 years. I know what he's all about, but this is Loki at a new level.
There is a hunger on the face of Loki, and I can't tell if it's because he wants the belt or because he just wants to tear someone up.
Probably a little bit of both, knowing Loki as he is going to work on Gory now. But Gory fighting back with a forearm shot. This kid will not die, and you have to give credit to Gory. Over with the sunset flip. Loki counter. Oh my God, the double stomp again. And that is controlled offense by Loki. The double stomp is Loki's trademark. He wants to use it to win this matchup, and everything he does is focusing on that area of the body. Cover and a more or less emphatic kick out by Gory that time on Loki. Loki. Oh my God, another chop. I cannot believe the sounds I am hearing from this ring.
I am confused as to why CJ Sensation has yet to stop the match.
You might want to think about it. Gory may be defenseless at this point. Look at the red on Jason Gory's chest. Bursting blood vessels, breaking skin, and now with a body scissors, just trying to make Gory tap out here, trying to make him pass out perhaps. And Loki, I'll tell you want to talk about trying to reestablish your name here in the U.S. after being gone from active competition for a while, leaving TNA, being sporadic at best in Ring of Honor. This is going to establish Loki's reputation all over again.
There's two ways you get your name out there. You write it small and hand it to 1,000 people, or you write it big on a wall. And what he's doing is opening him up, taking the blood, and smearing Loki on a giant wall for everyone to see.
And keep in mind, Loki has history with referee CJ Sensation as well. When CJ was an active competitor, he met Loki in the first Super Indy tournament. I was on the receiving end of one of the most brutal kicks I've ever seen. Loki made it to the semifinals that year before losing to Chris Daniels. It's a handspring elbow by Jason Gory on Loki. He springs off for that kick. Gory ducks. It's a Gory kick, catches Key in the back of the head. Gory, I don't know how much he has left in his system right now, but he's gonna have to dig down deep for stuff he didn't even know he had if he wants to make it through this match. Loki now back up to a vertical base.
If ever there was a window, this is what Jason Gory needs. He needs to use his speed right now and take advantage. Because if this window closes, Gory may not get to see another chance.
Look at the blood on Jason Gory's upper body from those hard chops. And Loki with a stiff forearm shot. Charging in. Gory counters with an inverted atomic drop. At least buys himself some time. Now takes him down with a side slam. Not much muscle behind it. But Loki kicks out still. Jason Gory can't have much left at this point. But again, to his credit, he's not giving up. He's not laying down. He continues to kick out. Goes for a handspring. Charged through with a forearm. Gory starting to fight back, trying to mount an offense now. Tornado DDT. Executes it perfectly. Down goes Loki. Now can Gory get the cover? Can Jason Gory make the upset of the night? No. Kick out by Loki. Gory out on his feet at this point. His body has to be racked with so much pain.
but he still takes the low-key forearm shot.
Yeah, and on the other side of the fence, that intensity that was in Loki's face seems to have dulled a little after Gory seems to have gotten a little bit of offense and maybe put a few cobwebs into that head of Loki.
Irish whip reversal by Loki. Double knees to the torso again. We're seeing a running theme. Cover and a kick out. Loki is setting up for what he calls the ghetto stomp, which is a double stomp off the top rope. That has been one of Loki's signature maneuvers when he likes to turn up the intensity in matches like these. And if he does break that out, it's curtains for Jason Gory.
The thing is, a competitor like Loki, you could never see the ghetto stomp. It doesn't mean it won't be curtains for Jason Gory.
Wait, QAS by Gory. He's got this. No, did not even have enough to hang on to the cover. He's going up top.
This could be the 450, Joe.
He likes to go 450. Can he hit it on Katie? Knees up! And where do they connect? In the same part of the body. The chest, the ribs, the weakened point of Jason Gory's body.
Gory's back up to his feet, and I'm impressed.
Oh, charging in with a forearm. Oh no, could this be it? It's a ghetto stomp time. Loki sets him up. Oh my God, ghetto stomp. Ghetto stomp, all the air rushed out of Jason Gory. Another unbelievably physical confrontation in Super Indy 4. They're putting it all on the line to advance, and Loki does just that. He takes on Homicide in round number 2.
Was it great to be alive and to get to meet or see Chris Gambino in the ring, huh? Chris Gambino. Chris Gambino. Chris Gambino. Chris Gambino. Chris Gambino. He's gone in body, but he'll never be gone in spirit. Nobody in this building, nobody in IWC, nobody in the whole wrestling world will ever forget it. He'll always be in my heart, and I know that he will as all of you. I have all the respect in the world for the Midnight Express. Now, how about a hand for him? And I have all the respect in the world for high-flying Chris Hamrick right here. Each and every one of us know this. We do know Chris Gambino, we do know this. He wants to compete, compete on a professional level. You have something that we want, and that's the IWC Tag Team titles. And that's what we're here to do. But I got a little bit of a surprise there that I think old Cry-Lady Chris would like from those Smoky Mountain days. There's a young filly back there that's like a Southern Belle that I know is coming in right here. And she might get a condo down in Tennessee, if you know what I mean. Her name is Raylene. She is a ballet, and she is our guest ballet. And, you know, Royal Boy Dennis and beautiful Bobby. We got some babes too. How about you come on down? Stand up here. How about a hand for Raylene, huh? Come on, Raylene. We'll swerve. Got a little managerial support. I take this shirt off right here, and what do we just do this daggone thing, huh? Chris Gambino.
One moment here, brother. Chris, from the Midnight Express, beautiful Bobby, love the boy Dennis. We love you, man.
IWC Tag Team titles to be decided here at IWC Super Indy IV. Joe Dombrowski and Jay Worthington Farnsworth bring you the Midnight Express, the original Midnight Express, defending the championships against previous champions, Smothers and Hamrick, Southern Comfort. What we're going to be seeing in this matchup is old school, Southern style, professional wrestling at its finest between four of the absolute best.
Now, that's what you're expecting to see. But let's make no mistake, Hamrick and Smothers aren't here because they got a chance to wrestle some legends or for a payday. They're here because someone took their belts and they want them back. So if they got to go to some other style, hardcore, catch a sketch can, European, lucha, chair shots, they don't care. They're here for the belts.
Indeed they are, but certainly all four of them function best in a ground-based, slower-paced style. We've seen, obviously, so much experience in the ring. Southern Comfort totaling 4 decades of experience put together. Midnight Express possibly even more than that. And we're going to see some very smart, very crafty, technical wrestling between these men.
No doubt, Joe.
Remember, Southern Comfort won those championships in May of 2004, held them all the way until this past December, when they were defeated by the Midnight Express at A Call to Arms 2, which is also the Midnight Express's IWC debut. And ever since then, they've been clamoring for a rematch, and that's finally what they get. Southern Comfort would love to become 2-time IWC Tag Team Champions. Tested strength center ring, Smothers winning out over Condrey. Great to see Dennis Condrey back in in-ring action after an absence of really over 15 years away from the square circle. Now making his comeback with his Midnight Express reunion tour, which is obviously proving to be very, very successful. Condrey makes the tag to beautiful Bobby. Bobby, a tag team specialist, has held World Tag Team Championships with not only Condrey, but Arn Anderson, William Regal, among a few others, I believe.
When you make a list of great tag team wrestlers, it doesn't matter if you're doing your top 10, your top 5, your top 3. Beautiful Bobby Eaton is always on that list. He knows what he's doing in tag team competition, possibly better than anyone wrestling today.
The ring general is beautiful Bobby, which is why he stayed such a major name in wrestling for so many years. Now, feeling out process centering, both men very hesitant to move in on one another. As Smothers catches him with a shot right to the gut. Never put it past Tracy Smothers to hit you with a cheap shot in those trademark Smothers strikes now. Irish reverse by Bobby. Hard right hand to the midsection and Tracy Smothers taken down. He goes into the cover. Count of 2, says referee Stephen Colton.
And Bobby Eaton staying on his man and absolutely aware of where he is in the ring.
And there's that ring generalship. That's why Bobby Eaton is so successful. Never lets go of Tracy Smothers. Never gives Smothers an opportunity to back off to his own corner. But of course, now that Condrey has been tagged in, Smothers was able to keep away in that exchange. And now we see Chris Hamrick, a man who really knows no age. We've seen him compete in there with men in his early 20s and just hold his own with them move for move. Chris Hamrick been in the game about 18 years now, but you wouldn't know it watching him move around.
What impresses me about Hamrick is that while you are correct, they all do wrestle a Southern style. Hamrick has a lot more high-flying moves worked into his offense that adds a certain twist to what he does.
Kingdom James has said it best, no such thing as a bad Chris Hamrick match. We should mention that Kingdom James on assignment this week, that's why he's not joining us for Super Indy 4, as Beautiful Bobby is tagged in now, working on Hamrick.
I thought it's because he wasn't allowed to travel because of Passover.
I thought of it, he wasn't allowed to travel because of his speeding tickets.
Well,
Kingdom has a lot of demons working against him.
And we hope you beat those demons soon, Kingdom.
And now it's an armbar by Condrey. Takes him down Fujiwara armbar style into a crossface. Smart maneuvering by Condrey. Wrenching away at the shoulder and the neck.
And Condrey showing the experience. As soon as he gets the hold on, where are his eyes? They're on Tracy Smothers, looking to see if he's going to come in and try and do anything.
Hamrick counters, gets the momentum on his side, back up to a vertical base, and drops the knee right to the leg of Dennis Condrey. Beautiful transition into an almost a modified pendulum hold. And it's Hamrick ripping away now at the shoulder area, just stretching the body of Loverboy Dennis Condrey. Condrey will take that. Now, I gotta believe the longtime advisor of the Midnight Express, James E. Cornett, is watching from somewhere. You know he's gonna see a tape of this matchup. You know he's helped the Midnight Express scout, but he's not here to interact. What is it, Raylene, this guest valet Tracy Smothers has with him? Not sure the story behind that one, but it's double team offense at its finest. And Condrey out way before the 5 count. Bobby Eaton with the cover. Hamrick kicks out. Now working on that arm of Hamrick again.
Working on the arm, working on the wrist, even working on the fingers a bit.
Eaton trying to exploit a weak point at Smothers. Stephen Coulter, obviously confused by what's going on. In there with 4 veterans. Coulter is a decent referee, but he is nowhere near the years in this ring as Smothers, Hamrick, and the Midnight Express do, and they can just manipulate him any way they can. You have to believe.
If he was such a decent referee, then how could he not figure out what was going on?
When you have guys like Smothers, Hamrick, Eaton, and Condrey, they know all the tricks of the trade. They've been fooling referees for over 2 decades, and now it's Condrey tagged in, Hamrick away on Smothers. Is he going to make the tag to Hamrick? Smothers requesting a timeout. No timeouts in pro wrestling, obviously, as both men back to their corner to regroup. Certainly a tremendous amount of tag teams here in the IWC that would like to have a shot at either of these men, despite who wins. Got to think about J-Rock and Troy Lords, Sebastian Dark and HENTAI, the Gambino brothers. You got to think about M-Dog 20 and Josh Prohibition. You have to think about all of these things. You got to be waiting in the wings, trying to prove their worth to the IWC Tag Team Division.
And you have to believe that each and every one of those tag teams is watching this right now, doing their homework. One of these teams is going to walk away with these belts tonight, and they're going to have targets painted all over them.
Hard elbow and a forearm. Smothers tries to wrench the arm. Condrey reverses. Drop toed and holds on to Smothers as he tags in Beautiful Bobby. In a day when tag team perfection is seemingly a lost art, it's so great to be able to watch guys like Eaton, Condrey, Smothers, and Hamrick and do all the little things that so many teams are missing today. And hopefully our young guns in IWC are taking note of exactly why these men are as great as they are.
This is pretty much a textbook lesson in how to do tag team wrestling. And everyone could learn a trick or two from this match.
It's Condrey extending his hand, Smothers as well. Not sure if they're going to trust each other here in the heat of the battle. We saw a show of respect before the match, but this is much different. And we get a handshake. Very classy on the part of both men. center ring now. Both of these men keeping that slow pace. Don't want to make any mistakes in there. Hamrick tagged in and now begins unloading with some right hands and now into a chin lock.
Well, Smothers' handshake may have given Loverboy a false sense of confidence, a false sense of camaraderie, friendship, however you want to look at it, that then quickly resulted in them gaining the advantage through some crafty double team.
Look at that phantom audio tag, to quote Jeff Gorman, by Southern Comfort. McChesney still able to counter out of it. Drop toe hold, elbow by Eaton. They have Smothers right where they want it. There's a lateral press by Eaton, got a hook to the leg, but Smothers kicks out. And Condrey now working on Smothers, the original wild-eyed Southern boy. And now Hamrick tagged in. Condrey made the mistake, let Smothers back up into his own corner. Super kick by Hamrick. Takes down Condrey. Hamrick going high risk. Points at beautiful Bobby Eaton before hitting a top rope leg drop. A move made famous by beautiful Bobby Eaton.
And Bobby Eaton quick to break up that pin. I think he appreciates the tribute, but there's no way he's going to let something like that go over on him.
Eaton is a definite influence to Chris Hamrick, as well as several other stars who grew up watching him. There's the flapjack.
It could be it.
Wait. This ballet Ray lean on the apron, distracting Condrey. I have no idea why she's out here. Well, I guess we found out why now. Smothers, a smart mover recruiting her, and Condrey just kissed her.
Condrey's still kissing.
Smothers just nailed her by mistake. Roll off by Condrey to an Airtana title.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the winners and still IWC Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Express.
What an unbelievable turn of events. Tracy Smothers' ballet, his secret weapon Raylene, ended up being what cost Southern Comfort the Tag Team Championships here in this all-important rematch.
And what did it cost Raylene? A punch to the kisser.
Midnight Express retained the Tag Team Championships. What a wonderful story. The Midnight Express coming back to wrestling after such a long absence and holding these Tag Team Championships so proudly. Condrey and Eaton retained the championships, but all the way at Smothers dance. Way to go. Neither of the four are leaving.
Matter of fact, there's now 5 people in the ring, Joe.
Indeed there are. What did Smothers just call himself?
I'm not sure I want to hear what he just called him.
Rayleigh with a slap to Smothers. Smothers cannot treat a woman like that. And now Southern Comfort leaving upset as Rayleigh now apparently with the Midnight Express now, and good for her. As Southern Comfort very upset, they'll have another day, but right now the Midnight Express basking in their glory of a successful tag team title defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Express.
Sebastian and HENTAI charging the ring, hammering away the Midnight Express. A couple of legends. More disrespect, damn them. More disrespect shown to a couple of legends, a couple of IWC's finest. They don't appreciate anybody.
A couple of belt holders, and they want to let it be known they're here for a reason.
Dark just went downstairs on Condrey. HENTAI with a low blow to Eaton. Southern Comfort coming back in the ring. much respect for the Midnight Express. Hamrick, Dixie drop to HENTAI. Smothers, nails, dark, landing on his head thanks to that clothesline. And Smothers charging, spears down guard, just what he deserved. Hamrick has HENTAI up. Oh my God, drills him with a pile driver. Sit out pile driver. Southern Comfort were upset about the decision, but they weren't going to let two men take advantage of their peers like that. HENTAI and Dark sticking their nose in everybody's business, and they finally paid for it.
Don't think HENTAI and Dark will forget about this. I'm sure this isn't the last we've heard about this.
Second round action in the Super Indy Tournament semifinal is coming up, as it is Fabulous John McChesney taking on Wonder Man Glenn Q. Spectre, as he wants to be known as now, in this matchup. Joe Dombrowski alongside Jay Worthington Farnsworth to bring you the action.
And what we are treated to now, because of the way the lots have fallen, two of our IWC homegrown guys versus two of our IWC regular outside contributors, shall we put. We're going to see the winner of Fabulous John McChesney and Glenn Q. Spectre take on the winner of Homicide versus Loki.
Should be a very, very interesting turn of events here as Spectre has the arm of McChesney. What's up with this metamorphosis? No longer Wonder Man this round. Glenn Q. Spectre, his Japanese alias.
Well, apparently he wears many hats or bandanas or dresses, however you want to.
He wears a lot of things I don't want to really get involved with right now, but Fabulous John McChesney defeating CM Punk, and that's an old-fashioned spanking right there. As Spectre, of course, defeated Christopher Daniels via disqualification when Daniels brought in an X Division Championship in the first round. Meanwhile, McChesney defeating CM Punk in a tremendous contest, which is what brought both these men to each other right here. And both men circling each other. And what do you think Glenn Spectre has running through his mind right now? Not only is he competing for this all-important Super Indy title, but look what happened to his boy Shiima Xion earlier tonight.
Well, I think he's got one eye on the gold and the other eye on the slightly bruised face of Shiima Xion.
And Spectre with a handful of cheek. Sends him off the ropes, but McChesney takes him down with a shoulder block. Up and over, leapfrog by Glenn Spectre. Puts on the brakes to do a little dance.
It's the Glenn Q. Spectre dance party.
Oh my God, no! This is wrong. Glenn has forgotten what he's doing, why he's here. This is McChesney doesn't know what to make of this, and neither do I. We got a match. No, oh my God, we have a match. Look at the referees turn red. I think he's vomiting. CJ Sensation has lost his lunch. Back to business as McChesney connects with a spinning heel kick. Covers Spectre in a kick out. Fabulous with clothesline, ducked by Spectre. Series of forearm shots now. Both of these men have so much to prove, as we documented earlier. McChesney wants to be that next major Super Indy breakout star.
As does Mr. Spectre. Miss Spectre, Mrs. What's the proper title?
I just call him Glenn.
Very good.
And as for Spectre, he does want to reassert his U.S. success. And this is just wrong. This is uncomfortable to watch. Spectre does want to have as much success here in the United States as he has for DDT Pro in Japan, and that's going to lead to a Super Indy title win if he hopes to do that tonight. Sends McChesney out of the ring, and Specter's feeling it. I got to admit, this is the best Specter's looked in quite some time. He's feeling the momentum. This might be his night.
It's almost as if the mind game that he was playing with John McChesney has had as good of an effect as he could have hoped.
Specter ducks under, but McChesney meets a shoulder block now and counters with the knee. Specter going to the well once too often. And McChesney gonna take a chance. Fabulous, it's gonna fly. Hilo over the top rope, takes out Glenn Specter. And John McChesney shows just how much he's gonna put on the line, how many chances he's going to take to get that lifestyle he wants so bad, to get that Super Indy brass ring.
Both men are laying like a car wreck on the floor.
That took almost as much out of Fabulous John McChesney as it did out of Glenn Specter. McChesney continuing to try to ride that wave of momentum he's been on lately. And hitting Josh Prohibition to qualify for this tournament, being the first man in IWC history to pin Chris Sabin out of a year and a half of people trying. And what is Fabulous going for now?
I am all for Fab giving 100% in this tournament, but he has to remember if he wins this one, he has another match ahead of him. And these moves like these dives and suplexes to the floor might take too much out of him for a later match.
And Fabulous hits the floor with a thud as Glenn Specter elbows him down. Specter waiting for McChesney to get up. Now he's looking to take a chance.
Glenn gonna show off some of his high-flying abilities here.
Here we go, look out! Tope through the ropes, lands on McChesney. You made a good point a moment ago. How much are these guys gonna have left leading into our finals? They have to find the right balance of doing enough to beat your opponent, but conserving enough so you have enough strength for later on. And I gotta wonder if these two men have that in mind right now.
At this point, the only target they have, and realistically the only target they can have right now, is the person in front of them. They can't be worrying about the belt as long as they have someone standing between them and the belt.
This match degenerating into a brawl now on the outside. CJ Sensation unable to control the action. 1-minute time limits for this round of the Super Indy tournament as well. Time constraints. These guys don't have much time to work with. They have to go in for the kill instantaneously. As Specter. Irish grip, McChesney catches himself. Great sense of real sunset flip. Glenn Q Specter's down, but not for 3. Specter reverses the weight, but McChesney kicks out of that. McChesney going for a backside. That's how he beat CM Punk. Inside cradle. Specter kicks out of that as well. McChesney didn't have all he wanted. But Specter roll through. Shoulders are down. Unique pinning predicament of a
Great roll through cradle.
McChesney sweeps the legs. Cover. Look at the power by Specter to bridge out. Tripping up McChesney now, going for the roll-up. Notice not enough power left in Glenn Specter. After all the punishment he's taken.
This match has taken a lot out of each of them.
Specter going takes down McChesney. Lateral press, cover. A little kick out.
And really, if you want to end this match quick, just keep dropping John McChesney on his head. You can't take too many of those.
Glenn Specter now. McChesney off the ropes. Follow through charge with a forearm. Specter again feeling it again, maybe going in for the kill. Charging butt into the corner one more time on John McChesney. What's he doing? What's he reaching for? What's he reaching for? Specter never ceasing to frighten me whenever he steps into that ring. For a Uranagi suplex. Takes him down. That'll do it. McChesney.
Let's just say that move sounds like the rock bottom.
Kick out one more time by the fabulous John McChesney. Unbelievable heart, as is the running theme throughout the night with all of our Super Indy IV tournament entrants. And McChesney meets Specter charging head on with a forearm. Neckbreaker variation. Cover 2. Is he going to win it? Shades of Hurricane, chain helms overcast, but it wasn't enough to keep Glenn Q Spectre down.
I don't know that Glenn was convinced that that was a 2 count. He may have just been arguing that just to try and save his streak, so to speak.
10 minutes has elapsed in this contest. 10 minutes remain.
McChesney warming up.
Preparing for something devastating. WrestleMania 15 counter. Oh my. I don't even know how to call that. It was stunning. All right. I don't remember that at WrestleMania 15, but there's a shining hip attack, and Specter's moving to the finals. He's got 3 there. He does it. Fabulous John McChesney kicking out of whatever the hell you call that move, followed by the shining hip attack. Shining asteroid, thank you very much. Then Spectre, forearm shove, and McChesney meets in center ring. Back and forth, right hands exchanged by both men, and Spectre, you know, he's done this a time or 2 in Japan. He's used to this. But McChesney hits that super kick he was looking for earlier. Out of nowhere, but not enough energy to capitalize. And Spectre, a second burst of adrenaline. He's charging up.
McChesney has him up.
TKO takes him down. McChesney, lateral press. He's moving on to the finals, but Spectre kicks out again.
Don't count Glenn Spectre out yet.
And look at the look on McChesney's face. He can't believe Spectre is back to his feet. TKO a second time. Is this going to be enough for Spectre? Count of 2, that puts him away.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, the fabulous John McChesney.
And Glenn Spectre with a great showing here tonight.
Well, we've seen a lot of Super Indy victors, and we've seen a lot of people fall short, but we haven't really seen any losers tonight. That's for sure. And Glenn Spectre proving that regardless of all the machinations, underneath all those goofy outfits, Glenn Spectre is a quality technical wrestler that can beat anybody on any given night. And a showing of respect by Glenn Spectre now to John McChesney, extending the hand. McChesney moves on to the finals to face the winner of Homicide versus Loki. Great showing of respect by Glenn Spectre and McChesney. McChesney saying 2 down, 1 to go. Our second semifinal matchup of Super Indy IV is underway. Joe Dombrowski and Jay Worthington Farnsworth bringing you the action. And this, if we thought we saw physicality earlier, it may reach a whole new page as Loki takes on Homicide.
As I said, each of these men has tore their way through their opponents in the last round. And now you have a irresistible force meeting another irresistible force.
Loki and Homicide, unbelievable wins. In the first round, Loki over Jason Gory, Homicide over Shiima Xion. They gave such a beating to each of their opponents. You have to wonder, maybe it was just in preparation for this, as you have 2 of the most physical, brutal wrestlers in the world today.
Well, if it was a warm-up, it was a hell of a warm-up for each of them.
Indeed, that was some incredible effort by all 8 men in the first round of that tournament, really. But now, look at Loki and Homicide in a fighting stance already. But these men, no strangers to each other. They've trained together in the past. They've wrestled together in the past, both on the same team and against each other. Homicide and Loki, at times they've been as tight as best friends. At times they've been at bitter odds. And it looks like that might be what we're seeing right now.
I think right now each of them knows that there can be only one, to quote the Highlander, and each of them wants it to be them. And if it means going through the other, then so be it.
Mind what each of these men has to gain from this Homicide. You know he'll be booked regularly here in the IWC if he wins that Super Indy Championship. We've seen him sporadically since that AJ Styles series several months ago. Meanwhile, Loki spent several months over in Japan for Pro Wrestling Noah. Great effort over there by Loki, wrestling such stars as Doug Williams, Scorpio, and a slew of Japanese-based superstars, some of the best working over there for Pro Wrestling Noah, but he's sort of fallen off the radar in U.S. professional wrestling since leaving TNA, since reducing his Ring of Honor schedule. But if he can get a win over all 3 of his matches here this night, Jason Gory, Fabulous John McChesney in the finals, and of course Homicide here, Loki will shoot straight back up to the top. And both men trying to jock for position here. Homicide has that leg of Loki trapped. Loki trying to get some momentum, trying to counter out of this. It's a hard shot to the back.
What we're seeing here that's different from the last matches is right now they're working slow and they're working more of a submission style. Each man last time did a lot more striking, a lot more attempts to hurt the person via sheer physicality. This is more of the human game of chess, if I may steal quotes all night, Joe.
Indeed, and it is a tremendous technical display by both these men. Surely neither one wants to make any mistakes. They both know each other so very, very well. They grew up in the same area of this business. Their careers have almost paralleled each other. They seem to have broken out at similar times. And Loki with those stiff shots, trying to release Homicide's grasp on that left leg of Loki, which he finally, I believe he has done it. Homicide forced to let go of that hold, and it's Loki chopping away Homicide. Hard shot, but Homicide doesn't budge. Second one. And those are strikes, karate strikes, with the side of the hand, not the open palm. They're not making as much of a noise, but they're twice as impactful.
The strikes he laid into Jason Gory, the contact was primarily on the palm and the fingers. It does less damage to the muscle, to the bone, but it tears the flesh open. These strikes, as you said, are hard palm strikes. The edge of the hand, more force, less of a slap here.
And now Homicide with these hard strikes on Loki as well. Both these guys, they're going to go back and forth tit for tat. They can take any amount of punishment. I can remember the most physical match I've ever seen. Loki and Samoa Joe from Ring of Honor. My colleague Jeff Gorman had the privilege of being at ringside for that one, and this matchup could be much the same. Loki and Homicide, as now Homicide is on top of Loki with the side headlock. Trying to keep Loki grounded. Loki can't get much leverage behind him to administer those blows when he's on his back, and Homicide knows that. Remember, winner gets Fabulous John McChesney in the finals. Here in what has been an electric Super Indy tournament thus far. Ranks right up there with Super Indy 3, right up there with any of our top events in the 4+ year history of the IWC. Look at Loki trying to clasp his fingers around the neck of Homicide, position the head so he can bury the knee strikes into the back of the head, breaking the hold, and he was very effective. It's those strikes as well with the edge of the hand once more. And that double chop. Trademark of Loki, but look at Homicide. He did not move. That got to him a little, but he's still trying to keep his stance.
He moved that time.
Loki, a little perplexed at how to bring this man down.
There are times when Loki doesn't even look human in the ring. He looks like some sort of animal.
Look at Loki just daring Homicide to chop.
Has elapsed in this contest, 15 remain.
Keep in mind, if this match would go to a time limit draw, John McChesney would be our Super Indy champion. There'd be nobody left in the tournament. Key with those strikes now. Once again, and now working on that chin, a chin lock applied by Loki, keeping Homicide grounded now. Keep Homicide from throwing those strikes. It's hard to pick a strategy against Homicide. He's so evenly matched, so well-rounded. He can brawl, he can be hardcore, he can fly, he can mat wrestle. There's nothing Homicide can't do. Arm drag takedown to Loki, and a second one into the armbar.
And there might not be a more fitting opponent than Loki, because he has the strikes, he has the wrestling ability, he has the endurance. This is shaping up to definitely be a match of the year contender.
Homicide has that arm now, lining up viciously on Loki. Loki's certainly no stranger to being a well-rounded competitor either. Very graceful arm drag. You wouldn't expect that looking at a guy like Homicide, but he can definitely pull it off.
And there was a definite snap to it. You saw in Loki's face, he almost wasn't expecting as he got whipped over and down to the mat.
Now just working on that arm methodically. Look at it, grinding the arm across Loki's body while driving his own knee into Loki's shoulder blade. Getting maximum impact and maximum pain out of that armbar. Loki forearming out. A second time, and Homicide sent all the way to the outside. Loki gonna fly, Pescado, but he puts on the brakes. Homicide ducks, charging with a clothesline. Vaults himself off the apron to take down Homicide.
I wasn't sure if that was a clothesline or a forearm strike, but either way, it had its effect.
Both men dazed on the outside as this matchup starts to open up a bit more.
Oh, and that's a hard thing to run into. The steel pole that holds this ring up, and Homicide just had an impromptu meeting.
Loki now with a decisive advantage over Homicide as this match continues, as I said, to open up more. Loki's got that arm of Homicide across the post and just pulling the shoulder right into that post. That is solid steel on flesh. It's cliche, but flesh does not win out. Homicide fighting back with a good arm with a chop. Oh, hard exchange on the outside. Homicide has a weakened body part. And Homicide sent crashing down with that strike. They're not going for sound. They're not going for visualizations here. They're not going to get oohs and ahs. They're going for pure punishment.
And there's
Homicide takes down Loki overhead suplex. Now a snapmare. Tell you what, both these guys have a smart strategy. They're not worrying about being flashy. They're not worried about having a 5-star performance. They're just worrying about being effective, getting the job done, and then getting to the final round. Almost like a Fisherman Tebow suplex. Now Homicide has Loki into the corner, hammering away. Irish whip to the corner, forearm shot. It might have been going for a face wash, but Loki pops right up. Kick right to the head, and then a kick to the arm as well, taking care of that injured left arm and shoulder.
that shot to the arm was right on the money. That was more money than Vegas. Have you ever been to Vegas, Joe?
No, I can't say that I have.
Nothing but money. Flows in the streets.
Well, Loki with pinpoint accuracy on Homicide with that drop kick right to the arm. And now continuing to work on that area, but putting in a choke as well. Referee Stephen Coulter, quick to detect it. Oh, going for a hammerlock slam. Homicide.
10 minutes has elapsed in this contest. 10 minutes remain.
Homicide's 230 some odd pounds work against him as they all come crashing down into his arm and shoulder, and now continuing to stretch away at that shoulder, hoping to get a submission. But I think Loki knows as much as we do. Homicide's not going to tap out easily, but if he does disable that arm, Homicide is easy prey.
I wouldn't say easy prey, but definitely prey. That arm right now is big and red and neon. It has Loki's attention.
More stiffness on both sides, but Homicide went to chop with that injured arm, and it did not pay off. Homicide trying to continue to fight off Loki. Has him hooked. DDT, but Loki pushes off. And there's that running double stomp, almost like a drop kick, sends Homicide flying back into the corner. Goes for the press out of that. But a count of two, Homicide kicks out with the right shoulder, the good one, to continue this match and keep his dreams of making to the finals alive. Picks him up, slams him down. The lateral press. Notice he was pinning down the arms of Homicide that time, but still able to creep up with that good shoulder. Homicide's gonna have to have so much damage done to that arm before he gives in. That arm's gonna have to completely change colors before Homicide stops fighting, and even then he probably won't. Loki misses the wild swing. Homicide, oh no. Then through the ropes, helo time. Homicide may be signaling for it. Charging through the ropes and sends Loki wiping out with that helo through the ropes, making a full revolution. Homicide, one of the most breathtaking moves I have ever seen.
And Homicide, who was starting to look like the lights might be going out, just leveled the playing field.
Look at Homicide, he landed all the way in the back row.
Loki has yet to get to his feet.
Unbelievable velocity on Homicide, vaulting himself all the way to the back row, crashing into Loki in the process. And that, a major chance like that, if it hits, is what can turn the tide of this matchup around, is what can put Homicide back in control, give him a chance. But Loki kicks out. So this is Homicide's chance. Homicide has to follow through. Homicide elevates him up with a Manhattan drop. Hard through to the temple, cover. Loki is not defeated yet. Homicide staying on low-key. Unbelievable physicality in this match, and it only continues. Trying to kick his way out of it. More hard blows. Homicide catches him. Sends him down with a diamond cutter. Homicide. Double under him. Tiger bomb. Tiger bomb. Low-key. No!
He kicks out.
What a near fall situation. And the crowd coming alive for that. They respect Loki being able to kick out of the Tiger Bomb. Homicide signaling for the cop killer.
If he hits this, it's over.
That move that drops you right on the back of your neck. If you have ever gotten up from the cop killer. Homicide trying to soften up Key, headbutts to the back. Homicide going for it, but Key putting on the brakes, trying to lodge his foot in that rope. Can Homicide get the move off? He gets him up. Loki pulls through, belly to back, into a face plant. Loki has given himself new life. Deep cover. No! Another near fall situation. Homicide kicks out.
I think Homicide doesn't know what to do now. He was ready to put it away. He was ready to hit the cop killer. And once he got out of that, it seems like he doesn't have a game plan. He hasn't regrouped yet.
It's Loki back on the charge. Hard Irish whip. Elbow shot to the top of the head. As the crowd starts to come alive, our sentiments exactly, I'm sure. What an awesome matchup. What an awesome night at Super Indy Title Tournament 4. Loki went for the ghetto stomp, but Homicide moves out of the way. Loki may tweak his knee. Cop killer.
Cop killer.
Loki counters. Roll up. He's got the rope. He's got the rope. He got him. He got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner,
Loki victorious over Homicide, the aid of the rope to defeat his good friend Homicide. But what a battle that was.
Loki absolutely stole that away from Homicide. And you can see how angry he is.
Homicide upset and justifiably so. John McChesney and Loki rose to that championship, but Shirley's going to defend that title one final time. We don't know his opponent yet.
Super Indy IV without hearing from the champ, can we? About 2 months ago, I got an invitation from the opposite
Let's see who promoter Norm Connors has lined up as an opponent for Sterling. Norm obviously very upset that Sterling refused to compete in Super Indy IV, jeopardizing the tournament's legacy.
Last time I was in this building, I was laid out. 2 cracked ribs. That's great. I'm not out here to yell, because I learned a hell of a lot that day. I learned not to trust. And I guarantee you that HENTAI and Dark will be dealt with. Whether it be by people within my company, or whether it be people that I call on the phone who haven't been here for quite a long time.
Norm has a lot of connections in this decade-long history.
What about you? Real simple. Keep it simple, stupid. You're great. You've done a hell of a job in the last couple of years to improve yourself. But to be very honest with you, if you wouldn't have that gigantic chip on this shoulder, you would be face to face with Vince McMahon right now and not Norm Connors. And if you want someone to fight tonight, that's great. Everybody here is booked. But like I said, I went from the outside in. And if you wanted to fight somebody from Pittsburgh, all I had to do was look down the street, the best wrestler, not wrestling for IWC. And I want you to bring out your challenger tonight, Justin Idol.
What? Justin Idol?
This isn't right. This isn't fair.
He doesn't work here.
You don't prepare for wrestling people outside of the business. This is not right to Sterling James Keenan. This is not right, Dombrowski.
He refused to compete in Super Indy IV. Norm had free reign to give him an opponent. He was booked, and it's Justin Idol, an underground hit in Pittsburgh for many years, finally making his debut.
It's not right, Norm. Why not pick King Kong? Why not pick a guy with a gun? This isn't right to Sterling James Keenan. I bet you just love this, don't you?
It's going to be a great matchup. Sterling's final defense of the Super Indy Championship before it goes to the winner of our final Super Indy title matchup later tonight, Fabulous and Loki. Sterling had a chance to defend the title in Super Indy 4. He declined. This is what he gets.
You sycophant, Dombrowski.
Justin Idol is an 8-year pro, worked his way up in this area and others for many years. Competed for several major promotions throughout the country, including NWA Wildside, the now defunct NWA Wildside in Georgia. Also frequently tours all up and down the East Coast, wrestling for a myriad of wrestling promotions, and Justin Idol has finally made his way to IWC. And Sterling had no time to prepare for Justin Idol, no time to ready himself. That's going to come back to haunt him perhaps as Justin Idol snaps off the satellite headset. Beautiful drop kick. And the Super Indy Club is in trouble early on. Think about who Sterling James Keenan has beat. Colt Cabana, CM Punk, Petey Williams, AJ Styles. But look at the trouble he's having with Justin Idol.
Well, if you keep reading down that list in the future, I'm sure Justin Idol will be added to that. He is championship material. He is a goddamn blue chipper. And just because you throw this swerve at him doesn't mean he's not going to be able to deal with it. Hell is empty. The devil's in that ring right now, Dombrowski.
The devil just missed a clothesline, so Justin Idol might be going for a run-up. Takes Justin Idol down. Upper body first. Inverted DDT by Sterling James Keenan has himself in control of Idol now. 2 and a kick out.
And let's take nothing away from Justin Idol. In his other promotion, he's a great wrestler. He's done a lot of really great things in the ring. But let's make no mistake, Sterling James Keenan goes through him tonight.
Well, we'll see about that. Justin Idol certainly has proven himself in promotions around this area and others. Look out for the Idolizer, his cradle tombstone pile driver finisher. If you could get a chance to snap it off in this matchup, Justin Idol, if he wins this matchup, He'll win the Super Indy title for a little bit, only until the end of the night.
He'll win it for about an hour.
Exactly. He won't get to hold on to that championship for very long, but he'll add his name to a very prestigious list. AJ Styles, Chris Sabin, Super Hentai, etc. Man that have held that Super Indy championship. You know, Justin I would be loved to be thought of in the same breath of those men.
Whereas, when Sterling wins this match, he has stated he's leaving the building with the belt tonight.
There's a belly-to-belly by Sterling. And Justin Idol is in trouble. The Super Indy Killer definitely not one to be messed with. A master of psychological warfare, a master of just about anything inside that ring. And you gotta believe he had a plan when it came to dealing with the Super Indy Championship tonight. But I think Justin Idol's thrown a little bit of a wrench in his plans.
A little bit. I think it's a pretty big wrench.
Justin Idol takes him down with an inverted DDT. And there's a kick out. Justin Idol. Sterling able to reverse now. Justin Idol with an elbow. Sterling ducks under. Chopping him down with a backbreaker. Bends Justin Idol's spine. Lateral press, and that almost does it.
You know, let's make no mistake, not just anyone can hold this belt, Dombrowski. Sterling James Keenan has done a great job. He's championship material, and he's showing it right now.
And it's Sterling with a camel clutch on Justin Idol. Doesn't have the arms trapped on the legs like it's conventionally applied, but still doing its damage to Idol. Now Sterling is in firm control. Sterling, of course, has his fans here tonight. Justin Idol, an unproven commodity to some of our IWC fans. Sterling James Keenan definitely shown he can get it done in the 2.5+ years he's been around. Sterling with a boot. Charging through, and a spinning heel kick by Justin Idol. Martial arts kicks are a staple of Justin Idol's offense. Turning point in the match potentially here. Idol hit that big maneuver. Sterling James Keenan slow to recover. Idol's feeling it. His reputation precedes itself. A lot of these fans familiar with his work, and they want to see him win the Super Indy title on just his first night as a company. What an accomplishment that would be.
A cross body between the top and second ropes. Very unique.
Oh! That was the gut check by Idol. Followed through into the knee to the back of the head. He's got the title now. Justin Idol hitting the gut check.
A knee to the back of the head. Good Lord.
What a tremendous showing. Whether you agree with Norm Connor's decision or not, you have to say you've been impressed by Justin Idol.
I absolutely have. Just because he's not on the caliber of Sterling James Keenan doesn't mean he's not a good wrestler.
That remains to be seen. We'll see what happens in this matchup as Sterling hits the STO takedown on top for the cover. Oh, very, very close. Idol just barely sneaking out in the nick of time. Where he wants him now, so it would seem. Irish whip reversal by Idol. Tried to elevate him. Sterling moved out of the way. And there's those martial arts kicks, breaking Sterling down, following through the neck breaker. Justin Idol, could this be his ninth Super Indy title? Almost in his grasp. Another near fall situation. Justin Idol now feeling it. Might be time for him to finish him off.
And let's make no mistake, Idol definitely has his fans in this building. He's been wrestling here locally for quite a while.
Idol charges, but Sterling catches him. Duck of the clothesline. Hard collision mid-ring. Sterling takes down Idol. Idol had other things in mind, but Sterling just stops any momentum Idol was trying to work out.
You know, you don't always have to have some sort of clever, quick reverse. Sometimes all you really need.
What countered the Dragon suplex into a roll-up. Sterling still grabbing onto the hits the Dragon suplex. Idol dropped on the top of his head.
Sometimes all you need is sheer brutality. He jumps up, he tries something, Sterling just knocked him out of the air, and now he just dumped him on his head.
Both men again showing the effects of this matchup. Sterling just over to the cover, just tripping the arm across the body of Idol, almost enough to put him away.
A mistake on Sterling's part, I'll freely admit it, because I am impartial, I am unbiased. Sterling should have had a better cover there.
And Sterling in control of Idol. Hammering away. There's a knee to Justin Idol. Sterling getting distracted here. This is just one downfall. Idol up and over. Jockeying for precision. Sterling caught him. Stop the weight. MK Ultra. Look at Idol. Idol counters out. Sunset flip bomb. He's got a title. No.
It takes more than that to beat Sterling James Keenan.
Well, Sterling didn't want to compete in Super Indy IV, but he may have just as tough a road in retaining his title now than he would have if he had been in the tournament. And Idol's going up top. On top, but Sterling bails out.
Smart move by Sterling, buying himself some time. Idol can't fly that far.
Give Sterling whatever credit you may or may not want to. He is smart. He does have that mental advantage over most of his opponents. Is he just going to take a count-out victory? Sterling trying to take a cheap way out here. Sterling's leaving. That's it. That's a count of 10. Ring the bell. This matchup is over.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest has a result of a countout, Justin Idol.
Justin Idol gets a victory, albeit not pinfall or submission, a victory over the Super Indy champion and his first night in the company.
The only way a championship can take hands is via pinfall or submission. Therefore, still IWC Super Indy champion, Sterling James Keenan.
There are times when you need to know when to cut your losses. Sterling wasn't gaining anything from this match, so he took off. A smart move by Sterling.
But that's okay.
Gentlemen.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We are joined in the commentary area by the one, the only bastard son of 1,000 corpses, Sebastian.
Why is it every year at Super Indy some drunk wrestler has to interrupt my commentary?
Gentlemen, you guys do not understand. Troy Lords has beaten Shirley Doe before.
He has
You
not.
were there to see it.
That didn't count. That was at our training school. It was an open house.
Did he lose?
He was pinned by Troy Lords, but not in a sanctioned match.
So what are you saying? Troy Lords has no right to this match?
I didn't say that.
No, that's what you're saying.
No, I'm not
that's
saying.
That's what you're saying. Troy Lords is the IWC heavyweight champion.
No, he's not.
He is. He beat
No,
the
he's not.
champ.
Troy Lords, whether he had the belt or not right now, is showing why he deserves this match. He is taking it to the champion, Shirley Doe, like he wants that title.
Hurricane Rana by Doe.
Hurricane Rana by Shirley Doe.
Certainly we can't doubt the fact that Troy Lords deserves this opportunity. One of the most hardest working men on the roster for the past 2-3 years. But Doe, where's he going? Coulter trying to make him put on the brakes.
Gentlemen, what kind of champion is this? Manhandling the referee.
Oh, and you've never done that. Look at who you.
I said what kind of champion?
Look at who you've manhandled the
Listen
past
to
2
my
months.
words, Captain Obvious.
Oh my God, J-Rock with a chair.
My monitor went out. I couldn't see
Oh,
that.
stop it.
I couldn't see it.
And the remnants of the Velvet Mafia, J-Rock and Troy Lords, working as a tandem in this singles matchup. After what you've done tonight, sir.
After what I've done, don't worry about what
Between
I've
the
done.
Gambinos, the Midnight Express, Mick Foley last show, Norm Connors before that, you shouldn't even be here right now.
Listen here, son, all right? Mick Foley.
Oh!
Here lies Shirley Doe. He was a nice man. He couldn't wrestle.
Shirley
The floor
Doe
shook on that impact.
Yes, it did.
Of that
Dumped
take
from the ring apron, almost a power bomb type maneuver.
That was reminiscent of Damien dying in the bag right there, ladies and gentlemen. That was just awesome. I have to stand.
Will you stop making light of this? Stop it. Dark proving to us as he has the rest of the locker room why he's the most despised person here. Why he's lucky to have a job.
I'm only despised in this locker room because I'm the only one who has the balls to do what I want to do in this company.
And you don't see a
Everybody
problem with
else
that.
follows their own code of ethics, code of rules. You know what? Screw that.
Let's watch Troy Lords tornado DDT to the hard floor.
If he had a brain, Shirley Doe would need a brain transplant.
Troy Lords proving he's come here to fight. He's come here to prove himself as one of IWC's elite superstars.
As a man who has beaten him before, if these Hostess cupcakes got to the freaking COC and saw Troy Lords destroy Shirley Doe in a match, they would understand why Troy's out here right now.
What makes this impressive
Look
is
at
Shirley Doe is not a cream puff. He knows how to fight. He knows how to survive inside the ring and out. Outside the ring, second nature to him.
Hey, wait a second. Hey!
Oh, what happened?
Suplex. What do you mean what happened? J-Rock just suplex Shirley
I
Doe.
couldn't see it. I couldn't see it.
Sure you couldn't.
My monitor went out again. There's this video company. The monitor just went out. Their batteries must have went out or
The
something.
Digital Horizons monitors, courtesy of Digital Horizons at dhvideos.com, have monitors right up there.
What you get plugging them too?
Oh, stop.
You get like coupons for free videos.
They're a sponsor. They have coupons. But back in the ring, it's Troy Lords.
You know who's the real sponsor of beer?
It's not just Troy Lords. It's Troy Lords dominating over Shirley Doe.
With an assist from J-Rock.
Reminiscent of the last time these two were in the ring together.
Oh no, J-Rock wasn't there that time.
With or without is irrelevant to the fact that right now, Balls Hot is a
Unconventional suplex by Lords, but it does its damage. Leg drop and a second one down to the back of the head of Shirley Doe. Next snap. Shades of the franchise, Shane Douglas by Troy Lords as he goes into the lateral press, cover, and was 1 second away from winning the championship. Again.
I don't care if you guys recognize it or not. We were there to witness it. Shirley Doe was pinned.
It's a non-title match. It was not a sanctioned show. As the crowd starts to come alive for Doe. Obviously, you still hate Shirley Doe.
No, but you are misunderstood on this, my friend. Shirley Doe's behind me to an extent. What I'm out here to finally say is it's about time somebody stepped up and had taken the belt off of Shirley Doe. You don't understand. Shirley Doe has been working these cupcake wrestlers that are in their mid-40s. What? They have no... Shirley Doe easily runs through them. He plays with them. It's about time somebody that's worked with Shirley Doe in and out for the last 3-4 years who knows the man is taking the belt off. So he's a disgrace to this company wearing that belt.
You're discrediting Tracy Smothers, who beat you up earlier.
Did I stutter?
He beat you up
Did
earlier.
I stutter?
No, you didn't. I think you made your point.
He cheap shotted me.
No,
he got me when my back was
as you did to the Midnight Express.
I don't recall that information.
Well, you were hitting the head earlier. Take my word for it.
Can you define what the word is, please?
Will you stop? This is not an impeachment. Lords with a jawbreaker. In control of Shirley Doe.
Lord still solidly and consistently.
Tombstone pile driver drills him. This might be it. Count of 2.
See, that's a cardinal mistake by Troy Lords right there, gentlemen. He should know enough not to drop Shirley Doe on his head because there's nothing in there to hurt.
Oh, stop.
He's completely stupid. He's brain dead.
You know, you're going to come up here and fight in the favor of Troy Lords. I bet Troy Lords and J-Rock don't even like you either.
Probably not, but do I care?
No. Maybe you should. Why? Maybe then you have more friends.
You don't understand. I have a restraining order against every member of this roster. Unless I am in that ring, they cannot touch me. I have no fear about anybody. Do you think I'm that stupid to come here and have an entire locker room against me?
Well, that's what you kind of instigated a few weeks ago, but now it's Troy Lords kicking away on Doe, but Doe counters. Dragon Screw takes down Troy Lords.
I did not instigate anything, Joe. That was done under own free will.
You and Hentai instigated the entire locker room, chasing you out of this building.
We didn't invite them in. We didn't invite them into the ring.
Oh, stop. You know just what you were doing and why you did it. And there's more to this story that meets the eye. Blah, 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 blah. Frickin' blah.
Enziguri.
Pay attention to the
right
match.
to
We're
the
here
side of the
talking
head.
I'm trying, but your breath is distracting me as Troy Lords gets a near fall.
151 proof, my friend.
Shirley Doe's a great wrestler. Shirley Doe, I know you probably won't agree with this, Sebastian, has been a great champion. But right now, Troy Lords is showing that he is standing toe for toe and possibly even a tad taller than toe for toe, if I may use some alliteration, against Shirley Doe. And that's quite an accomplishment.
Yes, I will give you that. But Troy Lords will make a better champion.
Shining Wizard by Lords was countered into a hard clothesline by Shirley Doe.
Shirley Doe has been in the title over there. I'll give him credit for that. And he's walked out of that country with that belt. But he has never run into somebody like Troy Lords who already holds a victory over him.
No, he doesn't.
While he was champion. It's on video, Joe. It doesn't matter if it was sanctioned.
Spinning heel kick by Shirley Doe rocks Troy Lords in the corner. I'm through arguing with you. It's a hopeless cause.
Kind of like your sex life.
Sit out powerbomb out of the corner, and there's a kick out by Troy Lords.
Troy Lords bounced the back of his head off of the mat. It seems to have stunned him a bit.
I'm stunned myself.
Slowing him down for the first time in this match, really.
You know, gentlemen, I will give credit where credit is due on Shirley Doe. He has taken me to the freaking woodshed more than on one occasion. But he has never run into somebody who can actually wrestle, unlike I have with Troy Lords. I know how to fight. I don't know how to wrestle. And I think Troy Lords will destroy Shirley Doe.
We gotta cover!
If Troy keeps it in the ring and not a fight, Troy will dismantle Shirley Doe.
I'll give credit where credit is due. Troy Lords, continuing with our running theme of the night. Young stars rising up to the occasion, proving they can be thought of on that higher tier. And Troy Lords definitely impressed me, just inches away from winning the IWC title.
So what you're saying is I'm younger than Troy Lords and you just belittle me for everything I've done.
Well, look what you've done and who you've done.
It doesn't matter.
Fireballs, sneak attacks, Doe trying to set up Silly Head 2.
That was not a fireball, that was a Kamehameha.
Off the ropes is Troy Lords. Doe catches him. Spinning your Nagi, turns it into a Silly Head 2. Beautiful counter, cover, count of 2. Now he kicked out.
Oh,
Lords kicked out a Silly Head 2.
an impressive kick out because he landed square on the back of his head.
That is heart right there, gentlemen. That is heart. That is a desire to beat somebody who is not worthy of wearing that belt.
The young talent.
He will not quit. You have to give props right now to this man.
Young talent definitely
Like him or
stepping
hate
up
him,
into
like
the
me or
plate.
hate him,
I
like
understand.
whatever the hell I'm
Hey,
saying.
stop interrupting me, for goodness sakes. Lawrence, maybe going to Hurricane Rana, drives all the weight into dough. Shades of the Rougeau brothers of years gone by. Lawrence bringing up with a leg drop. Didn't get all of it, but it was effective. He landed square on the neck of Doe, and he almost got the pin.
Just remember, Joe, I'm here to increase ratings on the commentary team.
Please. It's not Kingdom, it's Sebastian. I'm never free from this abuse.
I have never been arrested.
Speaking of which, happy Passover, Kingdom. A big l'chaim from all your friends here in IWC.
Ugh. Lawrence positions Doe up on the top rope. High-risk situation coming up. Lawrence might be going in for the kill here on Shirley Doe. Lawrence may be seconds away from the IWC Championship. Doe punches him off.
They're very smart.
Oh, come on, J-Rock.
Very smart.
Damn it, J-Rock
Very
with the ankle.
J-Rock almost trying to steal his boot.
How can you discredit J-Rock for that? How can you discredit J-Rock for that?
Coulter needs to assert his authority in there. J-Rock has Doe. A duck. Lord puts on the brakes. Doe clobbers J-Rock.
Troy Lords has adopted the philosophy, win by any means necessary, and you cannot discredit the man for that.
Full Nelson, backslide. Lord's trying to counter. Doe has him up now. Now he's going for that backslide. Once more. Drops him on his head. Ooh. Did not get the best of that he wanted to. That could be all, though. That's enough to hurt.
You know, gentlemen,
Troy Lords is moving. Sorry, I just wanted to comment that after being dumped on his neck like that, he should be thankful that he's moving.
I do have to give credit where credit is due and write this down in your little notepad there, your little Powerpuff Girls notepad, Joe. But Shirley Doe just beat two men. You have to give him credit.
It's about time you made a sensible remark. But Shirley Doe does get the win over Troy Lords, a very formidable foe.
Introducing the opponent, weighing in at 200 pounds, hailing from Eaton, Pennsylvania, fabulous John McChesney.
This is the moment of truth. This is the match. Both of these men have worked all night to reach it. Loki from the start. That drop kick, those double feet stomps into the back of McChesney, vaults him face first into that middle turnbuckle. Loki, you can see how determined he is, not wasting any time. Loki almost got a quick pin.
And based upon that, let me just state, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're looking at our new Super Indy champion. Loki is showing an aggression and a will to take this, if not from John McChesney, then goddamn through John McChesney.
Hard shot by Loki, as we're seeing more of that physicality that made Loki famous for these past several years. He is determined, dead set on being a Super Indy champion, on reestablishing his U.S. legacy, and oh my God, that was brutal.
Did someone just fire off a shotgun?
Words cannot do justice to the sound that projects, especially live here in the building. I'm sure it comes across thunderous on television and on DVD, but in the building, it's just surreal.
That was so loud I saw it.
And McChesney still clutching his chest as he's in this chin lock. Loki just trying to wear away at McChesney. McChesney been through a tough road to get here. CM Punk and Glenn Spectre. Meanwhile, Loki defeating Jason, Gory, and Homicide. very physical matches in their own right, but Loki is just punishing McChesney now. Loki wants to win this title, and he wants to make a statement doing it. And look at the scowl on the face of Loki. But it's McChesney fighting back. McChesney battling through. But Loki sends him right back down. There's a cover, count of 2. Kick out. Another chop. My God. And McChesney's chest is already turning colors this early in the contest. Another one. Dancing with what brung him to steal a phrase. Just wearing away at McChesney. And Fab can't even stand anymore in this brutal contest. 45-minute time limit, and the crowd's starting to clear out. Oh my God.
That chop sent him flying through those chairs.
Loki is just mercilessly punishing McChesney. I'll tell you what, I mean, it'd be great to get the feel-good story. It'd be great to see fabulous John McChesney finally reach that plateau. He'll finally be a breakout Super Indy star and start his rise to the top. But I'll tell you what, after what we're seeing now, it may be inevitable for Loki to get the victory. There's a stomach breaker.
After this match, it would be great to see John McChesney be able to walk out. It would be great to be able to see John McChesney remember his family or his own names.
We've seen what Loki can do already tonight. Jason Gory is going to have battle scars that may never leave his body, and John McChesney may be just the same. Shoulder blocks into the corner. Look at the pain etched on fabulous John McChesney's face. Oh, not again.
Man. And consequently, look at the scowl, look at the terrorizing look, look at the evil on Loki's.
Roll up, quick pin, no. Fab tried to catch Loki off guard. Ducking the kick, sunset flip too. Almost had him again. Loki ducks that time. Quick roll up. This may be all McChesney has. This may be all he has left. Quick rapid fire pins and hope one of them works. But Loki went for the stomp. McChesney had it scouted. Loki may have gotten one foot buried into the abdomen of McChesney. Not quite sure if he got it all, but McChesney has the air knocked out of his body now regardless.
He didn't quite hit the stomp. It looked more almost like a vertical drop kick, if you will.
There's a cover. But that slight miss by Loki that kept him hitting that perfectly may in fact be what kept McChesney alive in this matchup. There's a snapmare. Body scissors applied. Loki's focused all of his offense tonight on that torso, the chest, the ribs, the midsection, and his body scissors only amplifies any pain he's already inflicted. Plus, it restricts the breathing of McChesney as well.
John McChesney is now feeling what had Jason Gory screaming in pain in this ring. Not yelling, not letting out some steam, screaming in pain.
You can see McChesney taking these big open-mouth gasps in the ring, having a very difficult time breathing with those legs crunching in on the stomach. Fab has to reach a rope. He's finally there. Loki has to break by 5. CJ Sensation, who's a big part of why Loki has the reputation he does today, administers the break. Loki may have McChesney right where he wants him now. McChesney almost lifeless in that ring. Loki slowing down the pace. Elbow shot again to that stomach. No opportunity for any air to enter the body of Fabulous.
And now that Loki has opened up John McChesney in the corner there, you can see he's also bleeding, just as the new face.
40 minutes remaining.
There's a lateral press and a kick out. No surprise there. When you've got Loki in there, one of the most feared men in professional wrestling for a reason. Loki scoops him up. Tree of Woe time in the corner. Fab is at Loki's mercy now. Very dangerous predicament. More kicks by Loki.
Fab is trying to sit up and get his foot free to get out of this.
Look at Loki trying to tie those legs up around that turnbuckle. Oh my God. Oh my, no way! Double stomp! The double stomp to the midsection. From the top rope, McChesney is lifeless. Dear God, what impact that was.
I'm not sure John McChesney's still alive. He's breathing. I don't know that he's still alive.
It's academic here. Good night, Loki. No! How did McChesney kick out?
Loki didn't go for a pin the right way. McChesney had a shoulder that he could get up, and it required very little effort. A good pin, and Loki would be the Indy champ right now. Super Indy champ.
Good God, what a devastating maneuver. From the top rope, both feet buried into John McChesney, and now more chops. Look at McChesney.
How is McChesney even on his feet?
Look at the pain he's in. He's trying to rev himself up, trying to get adrenaline, and he finally got it. He fires back at Loki. Look at the look on McChesney's face. But Loki hammers away. McChesney is determined. McChesney is reaching down far deep in his system. Back and forth. Hard shots. Back and forth. McChesney is beating Loki at his own game.
McChesney is stoplight red. All the blood is rushing to him, and he'll be damned if he's going to be stopped right now.
Picture perfect dropkick by McChesney. He has Loki reeling. Elbow shot. And a clothesline. McChesney, just like that, huge burst of adrenaline. He's right back in this match. Right back in title contention. And by God, what an exchange that was. Going for the TKO. Two of these polished off Glenn Spectre. Oh, does he even have enough? Does he even have enough? Oh, he's gonna take a chance. McChesney foregoing the cover. Can he even get to the top rope? Somehow
Has not paid off well for anyone tonight, and he is taking a long time to get up there.
McChesney's on top. Huge splash from the top. Oh, he hurt himself. That ribcage, that abdomen, already injured severely at the hands of Loki. Fab took just as much out of him as he did of Key. And listen to the crowd, chanting for Fabulous. Lateral press, but he didn't get it. Right, got another kick out. What a phenomenal, unforgettable night this has been. Both these men searching for the respect they so rightfully deserve. Second TKO, no counter. And McChesney backing up Loki. Into the buckle this time, but Key beats her. McChesney had no choice but to run into that knife edge chop. And then dropping again. The boot stomp. A second time. McChesney, its abdomen first into that turnbuckle, which does not feel good. And McChesney may be done for now.
It's all mathematics at this point. No.
Oh no.
This is uncalled for. He's out.
Ghetto stomp.
Loki is making damn sure he's walking out with this belt tonight.
Loki has it beat. The fans are standing. They can't believe what they're seeing here in the Super Indy IV main event. But now what's Loki setting up for? Oh, look at that. Almost a variation of his dragon clutch, only with a traditional shin lock on it. Wrenching back on the back. He's just going for a straight out, old-fashioned choke out.
10 minutes has elapsed in this contest. 30 minutes remain.
If McChesney can't respond to CJ Sensation, this match will be stopped. Loki will be named Super Indy Champion. McChesney's fading. One arm drops. 3 times he'll do it. Second arm drops.
Those arms are limp.
We got a new champion. We got a new... Now it's up. What, Loki stopped his arm. That arm was going down. Loki stopped him. And he's choking him again. Loki just with a blatant choke to McChesney. Loki doesn't want to win the title now. He wants to choke this man out. He wants to end this man's life, his livelihood. Loki could have had this match won. Major mistake on the part of Key.
He's not looking to beat him, he's looking to kill him.
McChesney turns it around. 1, 2, 3. Both shoulders were down. Big Bound did it. Loki upset. Oh my God. Keenan sensation. Remember what happened there at Super Indy 1. Remember what happened to them. Loki kicking the crap out of sensation.
The winner of Super Indy IV, the fabulous John McChesney.
Loki is irate. He took his eye off the ball for one moment, and he paid for it. John McChesney, after 2 years of climbing through the ranks in the NWA, TNA, Wildside, here in IWC, facing the best stars around the world. He's been beaten by Sabu, Gary Lynn, Chris Sabin, but through it all, he persevered, and he comes out Super Indy champion.
John McChesney said when all this started, he was going to be the champ. He had the confidence, he had the drive, and he showed tonight why he deserves the belt.
Fabulous John McChesney is indeed the next breakout Super Indy star in this industry.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please welcome back to the ring area?
Fabulous is showing of respect. Is Loki gonna shake his hand after all they've been through? No! You can read lips, folks. If you can read lips, you know what he said there.
And even if you can't, the hand gesture was pretty self-explanatory.
Loki very frustrated, but it's McChesney's moment of glory on top of the Super Indy world.
Would you please welcome to the ring tonight's participants for Super Indy IV?
Now time for the trademark closing ceremonies as we honor the new champion, Fabulous John McChesney.
Jason Gory, Shiima Xion, the notorious White 7 Homicide. CM Punk, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. Wonderman Glenn Specter. And ladies and gentlemen, one of the finalists, Loki.
Loki maybe refusing to come out here.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring, the reigning IWC Super Indy champion, Sterling James Keenan.
Loki refusing to take part in this ceremony. But now Sterling, very interesting to see what he's going to do.
Would you look at that chest? That one too. McChesney, you and I have been in this ring many times. Sometimes you come out on top. Most of the time I come out on top. For the past few months I've been the IWC Super Indy champion, and I've taken this belt with me everywhere I've gone. It's come to mean as much to me in my life as anything. For the past few years, the reigning champions come out and presented the new champion with the belt. And after watching the hell you've gone through tonight, McChesney, you deserve it. You
if you're gonna get this belt.
What? Hey. Sterling with a cheap shot. And Sterling, he's walking off with a belt.
Sterling said he was leaving this place with that belt. Real quick, Joe, in the bylaws there, thumb to me the page where it says he has to give it up.
That's the rules of the
Quick,
tournament.
no, quick, show it to me.
Wait, look at this, Justin Idol. Idol's chasing Sterling out of here. Sterling's no longer the champion, but he is leaving with the belt.
Sterling didn't lose the title.
He automatically lost.
Sterling is
He
a
lost
matter
in
of
Super Indy.
No, there is no automatic
The
loss.
belt's relinquished each year.
He didn't relinquish it.
He has to. That's the law.
He has to. You have to die. You have to pay taxes. Possession's 9/10 of the law, Joe. He has the belt. He never lost it. He's still champ.
Well, no, I disagree. That fabulous John McChesney is the Super Indy champion. He's on top of the Super Indy world, and he deserves it.
I will not argue with the fact that he deserves it. Oh, well, if we listen to the fans, then we ought to be getting free hot dogs, too. However, John McChesney deserves it. Doesn't mean we give it to him.
Thank you. Come see me celebrate tomorrow night while I whip James Keenan's ass.
That's a challenge.
I did bring the Super Indy tonight, but the theme of the night's been about someone else. I've only met him a couple times. I know a few people here knew him a lot more than I did, but I can't. It's got to be this way. One more time for Gambino. Thank you.
Absolutely. You know, in my younger days, Joe, I was a huge mark for the triple threat, and nothing meant more to me than seeing him do the Blonde Bombshell. Rest in peace, Chris.
Indeed, I'm sure those thoughts echoed throughout the entire IWC, the entire wrestling world. John McChesney victorious here tonight, Super Indy champion, but he still has to deal with Sterling James Keenan. If you're joined us for Super Indy 4, don't you dare miss the aftermath. It's Showdown in U-Town 2, another great live event. Fabulous John McChesney apparently taking on Sterling James Keenan. For Jay Withington Farnsworth, this is Joe Dombrowski signing off. So here at Super Indy 4 as McChesney takes his perch atop the Super Indy world.
Stay classy, San Diego.